Welcome to a live Shaw Sports presentation.
Come on, bring it on!
To BCHL Hockey here live on Shaw TV, and good evening to you from the Q Center. We're inside on a very, very rainy day. The weather, though, quite apt, of course. Many folks across Canada shedding tears and memories of Gord Downey, the tragically hip frontman and wordsmith, who, of course, many great hockey references in his lyrics. You can imagine a lot of tragically hip here in the warm-up music in the Q Center tonight. So, in spirit of Gord and in spirit of hockey, really happy to have you along with us for tonight's broadcast. All right, let's talk about our matchup tonight. Island Division matchup between the Victoria Grizzlies and the visiting Alberni Valley Bulldogs. These two teams were at the opposite ends of the league standings last year. But this year, if you take a look at the standings, we have Victoria in second place, 14 points. Alberni now only 2 points behind in third with 12 points, plus Alberni Valley also holding a game in hand. All right, at this point, we'd like to throw down dice for the Canadian National Anthem.
True patriot love in all thy sons command, with glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free, from far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for
Rivalry hockey from the Q Center in Victoria. The Victoria Grizzlies hosting the Alberni Valley Bulldogs. It is Colton Lancaster going in goal for the visiting Bulldogs tonight. A record of 0-5 on the season, looking for his first win in net for Alberni Valley this season. John Hawthorne was the reigning runner-up for Player of the Week and had a great weekend with a .98 goals against average, but Lancaster, the guy that gets the start for Alberni in a big one today. On the other side, it's Zach Rose, the starting goaltender, the number one man for the Victoria Grizzlies, a record of 5-4 with a 3.07 goals against average. Dan Marshall and Kyle Christensen here. And Kyle, what do you think some of the keys are for these two island rivals to be successful in this hockey game tonight?
Victoria has a lot of speed, and they like to use it, and they're going to try to force turnovers all over the ice, specifically in the neutral zone. And for Alberni Valley, it's important you get out of your own zone, you get through the neutral zone, and you force Victoria to use their speed, but use it throughout a 200-foot span, because Alberni Valley cannot turn the puck over. This team has too much skill and too much speed. And for Alberni Valley, it's pretty simple. Do what you keep doing, do what you're known for, which is hard work, being hard to play against, getting in everybody else's ear, and just letting everybody know that it's not going to be an easy game.
The Victoria Grizzlies are led by a young 16-year-old up front in Alex Newhook out of St. John's, Newfoundland. Already 15 points on the season. Pretty impressive for a guy born in 2001.
That's unbelievable. For a guy to make the BCHL, that's great. But to be the leader in your team on points is unbelievable.
Underway here at the Q Center. Berger onto the puck for Victoria right off the opening faceoff. Steers to Marty Westhaver in his own territory. Wrapped up along the wall, and now Berger's going to start the Grizzlies out for their first attack through center. Over the Alberni Valley line, moving up. Check there, and Welsh knocks the puck ahead. Ong takes the check, but gets away from it. Bulldogs come with speed over the line. Tonkin Palmer moving in. Tonkin Palmer's wrist shot scores! 1-0 Bulldogs, 25 seconds in.
What did we say about the transition game? A sloppy play in the offensive zone by Victoria. It leads to an Alberni Valley opportunity. Tried the pinch at the blue line, but Alberni Valley breaks away on an odd man rush, and they are the ones that use the transition game in their favor to get that first goal of the game.
Nice pass from Ong, and it looked like it took a deflection off Somerville, which fooled Zach Rose. And I think that led to that goal. Defenseman just getting a small piece. Third of the year for Isaac Tonkin-Palmer on a nice setup from Ong, and what a dream start, Kyle, for the road team.
Can't draw it up any better than this.
Here's O'Malley in for Victoria with a shot wide of Lancaster's goal. O'Malley to the puck, moves it off to Newhook. We mentioned him right off the top. Newhook in tight, didn't get a clean shot away, spins it back to Grayson. Pairs with a bomb, and that hits traffic in front. Rebound chance on Lancaster. A huge save on O'Malley. Back at the blue line, Vincent for the Grizzlies. Hanging on, looks for a lane with a wrist shot into Lancaster. Made the stop, put the puck to the corner, but Friedman, the first guy there for the Grizzlies. To Pairs at the right point, long range shot sails high. A keep in though on the left side by Finson. A good response shift for Victoria here. Perhaps hard luck not to even things as Steele comes to the blue line on a pass forward on the right side. Brigado turned away there. Back in come the Grizzlies again. Nolan moving in, tight centering feed. They score! Clark, and it's a 1-1 game. It's a shootout, a minute and 21 seconds in.
Well, there's lots of fireworks, to quote Gord Downey, the late great Gord Downey, in this game. And we're a minute and 21 seconds in. We've seen 2 goals, lots of open ice for both teams so far.
That may have been a dream start for the Bulldogs, but what a counter for the Grizzlies. Nolan cutting wide and making the feed across to Lucas Clark. And the Victoria captain making absolutely no mistake on a quick one-timer. Don't blink, Kyle. You might miss something the way these teams have started. Play back underway in the Victoria zone, and the puck rolls back towards center. Slater will try and reset for the Bulldogs. Punching a puck inside the Grizzlies, and Jackson Alexander moves it across ice. Duran sets up Nother at center. Ahead with Nolan. Nother moves in over the blue line and gets the puck down towards the corner. Centering feed picked off. Bulldogs will range back. Doucette through center. Up over the line, moves in with the wrist shot. Rose, the save rebound is right there. A chance in front of the net. The puck goes back in behind the goal. A pinch in from the blue line as the Bulldogs keep the pressure on. A good pinch there from Valence. Puck comes to the wall for Doucette. Out the blue line, Valent with a keep in as the puck bounds down low, centered by Mastrodonato. There was room by the post, but the puck stayed out, and the Grizzlies will try and get out of their own territory. And it's been one team having pressure, followed by the next. And back and forth hockey, fan-friendly so far, 2.5 minutes in, a 1-1 tie. As Slater moves the puck off to the side wall. A steal in behind the net by Gainey for the Grizzlies. He's wrapped up there by the 3-year man for the Bulldogs, Caden Krause. Puck below the goal line for Hops. Moves it now into the corner, Welsh. Nice pass forward. Shaq Elias comes to center on the left, dumps inside Victoria territory, moves after it himself on the forecheck with Lee, but the Grizzlies able to break that up and come to center with Thompson. Westhaver on his right takes the pass and dumps in deep. He'll chase down towards the corner. Throws a check on the end wall. Good forecheck shift here by the Grizzlies. Rome onto it now. Jamie Rome, cross-ice pass. Deflects away from Somerville. A good keep in by Rome. A very dangerous winger. Rome working the left side wall. Got the puck to the front. That's stolen away. And Chuck Elias will feed out to center for Caden Krause. Right wing feed. The Bulldogs will get the puck in deep. They'll start up a line change. 3.5 minutes in and a 1-1 tie here at the Q Center. Westhaver up over the Bulldog line. Advances it deep. That's cut off in behind the net and moved around the wall by Farron. Puck rolls out to center. Grizzlies making a change, and the linesman gets involved in the play. Took a spill as the Grizzlies got the puck in, and former Vernon Viper Darren Rizzolo is back to it. Rizzolo playing catch behind his goal. Defers to Farron. Friedman watches the front for the Grizzlies. Slow, deliberate breakout here from the Bulldogs as Rizzolo steers the pass out to center. Poliziani lost it to Finson. The Grizzlies try to come back, but a steal by Rizzolo. Got the puck to Poliziani. Now Rizzolo will snap it in behind the Grizzlies' goal. Finson to it on the wall. Has it go by him. Friedman back. Couldn't get the puck out. Poliziani steals. Tried to center. That's broken up by Friedman. Grizzlies having a tough time clearing on this ship. Finson another chance. Gets the puck to O'Malley, and now Newhook. Up over the Alberni Valley line. Newhook looking to his left. Drop pass to Pairs. Coming in off the right point. Lost it, but Finson was right there. Puck goes down deep. O'Malley centering feed. Goes astray. Finson will keep in from the left point and dump the puck down low. Newhook is on to it. Circling the zone. Drops it off left point. Finson faking. Poke check. Might be a break here for Ong. He has to hurry to catch up to the puck. End of a shift for him. Bulldogs will change. Grizzlies will too. As the puck is shot inside the attacking end, Newhook took a good bump from Valent. And now Slater behind his own net for Alberni Valley. Gets the puck forward. Borgato slides it out to Steele. Down the right wing. Up over the line, passing it backwards. Borgato wrist shot that goes high. Hit the end zone glass, and on the ricochet, puck will go out of play. 14:56 to go in the first period in a 1-1 tie.
Now you talked about how there wasn't much sustained pressure on either end, but Victoria goes down. They have a lot of sustained pressure, but they don't get a whole lot of shots. We're looking at a 3-2 shot count right now in favor of Victoria. It's the fast breaks that are getting all of the results so far in this first period.
And I think, Kyle, the two teams kind of going to form in what you talked about in the first 5 minutes here. Off a face-off in the Victoria zone. Borgato trying to control Alexander for the Grizzlies. Moves the puck to the sidewall. Simeone pinches down to keep the play alive. Duran in behind his net. Moves the puck up. Alexander, a feed for Clark. Clark jams the puck out towards center ice. He has the Victoria goal here. Simeone plays it back into his own end, and Valent is on to it. Back to Simeone, who turns away from a forechecking another. Slater behind his own net. Lost sight of the puck, and so did the officials. By the way, the referees for this game, Adam Griffiths and Jeff Eden are the referees. Jeff McAdams and Liam Reed are on the lines for this contest.
Now, if you were going to look for something Port Alberni needs to do a little better, Newhook, I mean, we've talked a lot about this 16-year-old who leads his team in points. Alex Newhook, he's had a couple good chances in the offensive zone, a lot of time with the puck. They got to get in his face a little better than they have so far.
Valent did that on his last shift, and I think Matt Hughes, the coach of the Bulldogs, will want more of that. Mitchell Oliver back deep in his own territory. Checked off the puck, Gainey. Up top for Duran, top of the right circle, dumps the puck in below the goal. Taken back by Welsh for Alberni Valley. A pass forward, and Selleck comes to center. Left wing feed for Doucette up over the line. Doucette cranks the shot, and a good save made by Rose, and no rebound there off a confident-looking Zach Rose.
Well, that's a shot that Rose is going to handle 99% of the time. Just, you know, a shot from the top of the circle. He gets to see it all the way. There's nobody in his way, and just a great chance. But, you know, a goalie like Rose is not going to stop. Not going to miss that too often.
Perfect positioning. Good shot from the left wing by Doucette. Wanted to crank it and hope for a rebound, but Rose had that one well scouted. Somerville for Victoria, side of his goal. A high flip out towards center ice. Westhaver onto it. Pulls up inside the line. Westhaver goes across for Berger. Pinching down, left the puck sitting there. Westhaver's onto it. To Rome, right wing corner. Rome tries to advance out front, tried to wrap it around, and Lee picks it off, and the Bulldogs will transition through center. Lee pushes deep inside Victoria territory. Chuck Elias going to it below the goal line. Now it comes around to Jamie Rome. Rome for Thompson. Back towards Rome, but he's being overtaken. Chuck Elias in tight. Twisting and turning in the corner wall. Checked hard though by Berger. Westhaver takes possession. To Rome. Up with Thompson. Thompson kicking the puck over the line. Put himself offside. That gives Alberni Valley some room and time. And Caden Krause will come forward. Lines up from the red line. Bombs one in. That one was stopped by Rose, but he wasn't quite sure where it went afterwards. O'Malley skates to it on the wall, but he loses to Krause. Puck up the boards for Friedman, who golfs down inside the Alberni Valley end, and Sammy Farron is back to take it. Farron in this 1-1 tie, moving ahead. Almost 8 minutes in now. A nice move by Poliziani over the line, walking in left side. A shot, and that one ramps high and deflects out of play. Poliziani looking dangerous on that shift.
Well, that was just an indecisive decision by Pears. He tried to pinch a little bit, got caught in no man's land, and a good job to just chip it past him and get a scoring chance for the Bulldogs.
Grizzlies reeling a bit after 3 straight losses on the road, going up to the interior division and ending up in Surrey, but losses in Trail, Penticton, and Surrey Friday, Saturday, Sunday. An incredibly taxing road trip, but when you don't get the results, sometimes your confidence isn't where you want it to be. You can see that on the opening shift, although the game is tied now. And I think we've settled in a bit here after the first minute and 21 seconds with a goal each way. The game's starting to settle. Poliziani left side over the Victoria line. Pulls up and passes. Tonkin Palmer, who has the goal for Alberni Valley, in deep with off. Grizzlies trying to swat the puck away. O'Malley's on to it. A chip pass ahead. Newhook over the line. Down the right side, he pulls up. Leaves for O'Malley. Stiff angle. Failed to get it through Rizzola. Scrum for possession behind the net. O'Malley spins it back to where he thought the point man would be, but Drayson Paris now has to vacate back into his own end. Paris to Newhook, just outside the Alberni Valley line. Newhook pushed down by Poliziani. Now Newhook takes control again. The 15-point man clears inside the Bulldog line. Farron dumps the puck back outside the line, and here's Simeone down the left side. Stiff angle though, drop feed into the slot. Bergato trying to play it to his teammate Steele as the Bulldogs all three forwards on that left side of the ice. Steele pokes it down low. Simeone being bumped around by two Grizzly defenders. Now a nice tip outside the blue line by Nolan, who made that great pass on the Clark goal. Clark has it now. Alexander for the Grizzlies. Excellent forechecking shift for the Bulldogs here. Valent pitches in on Nolan. Finally the puck is cleared, but Slater will corral it once again for Alberni. To Simeone, this blue line, dumps it back. Slater's going to have to chase behind his own net. He will. 11:07 remaining in period number 1 in a 1-1 game. Simeone, a nice move, but lost possession. Hadley takes it and drops it back to Berger on the Victoria defense, to Alexander, and Berger again. Skating through center, a dump in from the left. Lancaster tried to stop it, failed to do so. Gainey up on the forecheck for the Grizzlies. Puts it to the corner. Pops below the goal line, tried to bank it off the net to himself. That was stolen away. And Valence circling back. Passes off to Slater beside the Bulldog net. Slater gets the puck ahead to Simeone. Cruising through the middle. Over the Victoria line. Wants to get a wrist shot away, it looks like. He pulls up on the wall and feeds the point man Welsh. Welsh passing down low. Selleck, left wing corner. Being pushed around there, the puck is knocked free. Welsh, a good job at the blue line to hold it in at least momentarily, but now Gainey will whack the puck to center ice, and Selleck is back onto it. Dropping for Mitchell Oliver. Now Doucette, room on the left wing, driving to the goal, a wrist shot. He missed that one on the glove side. Puck ricochets back to Oliver at the blue line, but he failed to hold it. Nice cross ice pass to Welsh, and he'll let the Bulldogs reset as Somerville's back for the puck beside his goal. Plays up the boards. Grizzlies in possession. Thompson. A pass out to the defenseman Berger. Left side over the Alberni Valley line. Pulls up. Moves it to the slot for Rome. Rome checked on the play, and the Bulldogs Welsh tries to lead Doucette away at center. Pushes it down inside the Grizzlies end. Out of his net, Zach Rose. Plays it too far for Pears. It's stolen. Chopped to the net. Rose was sprawling, but the shot didn't get through. Grizzlies steer to center ice, and Barron pokes the puck back up towards Caden Krause. Over the Victoria line down the right side. Cutting towards the goal. Krause with a backhand. That one just about found the high corner. And the puck free in behind the Grizzlies goal. Krause to it on the half wall, right side. Dumping down low, and Pears will collect. Chakalias moved in to throw a good body check as Rizzola had the puck bounce by him. Some excellent forechecking by the road team right now as Farron weaves his way over the Victoria blue line. Friedman picked his pocket. Puck cleared, but still inside the zone, and Krause will dump in. Chakalias couldn't take it, and Pears will control for Victoria. Pears to Friedman. That's broken up. Tonkin Palmer with a break. Down the left side. Wrist shot. Rose the save. Rebound is there. Tonkin Palmer looking for his second of the period, but couldn't get it against Rose. Friedman speeding back for the Grizzlies. Up over the line. Friedman moving in. Has O'Malley with him. The puck pops free. And Greg Lee will bring it the other way. The California native to his own blue line. Stopped there. The puck is turned back inside the attacking end by the Grizzlies' O'Malley. Lots of continuous play in this hockey game, no question about it. Shots on goal 5-3, Kyle, in favor of Alberni.
Well, Tonkin Palmer, as you mentioned, he comes into the offensive zone right there, and he must like that spot because that's the exact spot he scored that opening goal of the game at.
Duran back deep for the Grizzlies, takes a check, but got the puck across to Alexander. Now to O'Malley, skating through center. Over the Bulldog line, O'Malley dumps in deep. The defenseman Alexander, the first player to it, battling with Oliver beside the goal. Another coming in for the Grizzlies. He's checked, and Welsh feeds Tonkin Palmer. End of his shift for him. He throws the puck to center as he took a check, and Duran will loop back inside the Alberni Valley end, and Oliver has it at the side of his goal. Pass to Welsh. Welsh, long feed, hoping to spring Ong. Instead, that's going to go for an icing call with 7:39 remaining in the first period. But what a pace, what a tempo for these two island teams.
Yeah, the weather's definitely not affecting either team. And Alberni Valley, if you ask the coaching staff right now, I'm sure they're very happy with how this first period has developed because, you know, they have carried the play for the most part. And, you know, they've had a textbook start.
You talked about that textbook start. What a play here from Long and Tonkin Palmer.
Yeah, and he had another opportunity in that spot later on in the period, and he missed. But I mean, that got things rolling for Alberni Valley. And then it was this great job of Nolan to find some ice, throw it to Clark, and that was just a tap-in. Beautiful job.
And you have to give Nolan a lot of credit there for his wide drive to the right, and then Clark does the smart thing, go to the nets, and not much chance for Colton Lancaster on that goal. But since then, the game has really settled down in terms of Grady's scoring chances, but not the pace. What we've seen is both teams, I think, playing to their strengths. The Bulldogs, you said they had to be aggressive and cause turnovers, which they've done, and the Grizzlies trying to come with speed, but the Bulldogs have defended that relatively well.
And that's another thing, absolutely. You know, Alberni Valley's coming through the neutral zone, and they've got numbers, and they're not mishandling the puck. And if there's any doubt, they're getting the puck in deep and forcing Victoria to go the long road to the offensive zone. So a textbook start for Port Alberni.
Looked like we might have a track meet early as off a faceoff. Another shot didn't get through, but now settling down into more of a game that I think the coaches would like to see. A little tighter, a little more organized. Polisiani, left side over the Victoria line. Drops off to Welsh. Moving in on goal. Wrist shot stopped by Rose. Rebound is loose, and the Grizzlies start forward now, led by Alexander. Skating well over the Bulldog line. Drop feed, misses the intended target, and Steele has room down the left side. Over the Grizzlies line. Moving in, Steele tried to drag it. Didn't get everything on the shot. He's fighting for possession behind the goal. It's chipped loose into the corner. He collides with Clark. Simeone tracks one down on the right side. Simeone for Alberni. Tried to make a move into the middle. Now Brigado has to follow up. Top line shift here for the Alberni Valley Bulldogs. And what you would say is probably the top line for the Grizzlies today is out there as well. Valent's shot stopped by Rose. Got his stick down in time. Simeone left wing corner. Passes down low. Tried to get a return feed, but it goes by him. Valent for Simeone. Half wall. Dumping down low, Steele behind the net, had it cut off by the Grizzlies' Alexander. Simeone leaves for Valent with a shot of deflection, a good one by Brigado, but he just missed the goal with it. Another will bring Victoria back to Nolan at center. Nolan dumps the puck in. Reaching for it was Lancaster, but couldn't come up with it. Grizzlies changing as the Bulldogs. Valent has control. A pass to Selleck, has to skate backwards with it. He's pursued by Hadley and Hops. Simeone being checked on the wall by Hops. Players scrum for possession. It comes back to Somerville. Shot blocked by Brigado. Now put to the net wide of Lancaster's goal. O'Malley trying to center. Put it below the goal line for Gainey. Gainey trying to advance out front, but being wrapped up by Slater. The puck continues out of their grasp, but still in behind that Alberni Valley net. The officials can still see it as the scrum continues. Gainey thought he might get it out. Now he does on a second effort, but he's still wrapped up by Slater. Four players continue to move the scrum. It moved from behind the net to the corner, and finally a penalty call coming against Alberni Valley. You knew if they didn't separate, eventually one team or the other was going to get called, as Berger will set up a 6-on-5 situation here with 5:25 to go in the first period. 1-1 tie. Grizzlies trying to capitalize now with a man up and a delayed call coming. Rome at center ice. Rome moving across to his right. Backhands it to himself, but that didn't quite work out. And should mention, too, that with Victoria, they're missing their leading goal scorer in Justin McCallion, an 8-goal scorer on the season. So you talk about some missing offense. That's missing offense in a big way. He won't be one of the weapons they go to on this power play.
And he's got a ton of speed, probably the fastest skater on Victoria. Tyson Slater, you know, sometimes the refs will give you a little bit of grace, and Slater was in the corner. He was wrapped up, but he got that second arm in to hold the Victoria forward, Jordan Dini, and I mean, they're gonna call it if you could put both arms around the guy.
And there was, as you said, that grace period. That scrum started behind the net, and as you can see on the replay, ended up in the corner, and there was a significant amount of grappling going on there. Grizzlies trying to move it on the power play. The Grizzlies' man advantage is 11th in the BCHL, and Alberni Valley on the PK third at 88.5%. Grizzlies setting up though. Berger, lots of room off the right side. Wrist shot, that was kept out. The rebound sails high, but Berger really had a good lane there, Kyle.
Great look, and just a better save by Lancaster. And I mean, that's what you're going to need on the road to steal a victory. Big saves like that.
Duran dumps the puck in. The Bulldogs fair and takes it back. A keep in by Friedman. Goes across into the middle. O'Malley to the left point man, Finson. Finson feeds the slot. Rome back up top. Duran right point. Wrist shot deflected. Lancaster down. Almost a good tip in by O'Malley. Lancaster guarding the bottom of the net, but O'Malley was loose to make that deflection. Friedman floats the puck back. Finson with a drive. That stop. Rebound loose in front of the goal. A Gomo scramble. Nolan will chase to the left side. Friedman there as well. Big TJ Friedman left corner. Swings it back to Finson. Finson left point, right point to Newhook. A forward playing on the point right now. A pass to Finson to Newhook, right circle. Goes into the slot and a great opportunity from Nother. Just about found the far corner. Puck goes back to Nother. Centering feed, a quick shot, they score! Newhook wide open in front, 2-1 Grizzlies.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, you know what they say, try again. They tried the one side of the goal, it didn't work. Nother couldn't get it to go. It kind of rolled off the shaft of his stick, so they try the other side. And Newhook, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Try to get it to him in the blue ice, and he'll probably find a way more often than not.
Newhook has been the guy getting it done with assists. That's only his third goal, but he goes to the perfect spot to take a cross-ice feed. And I thought some good deception by Nother there, as he kind of looked like he might be passing it back up top in the zone, but went straight across to the wide open man. And that's the second cross-ice, no-look goal for the Victoria Grizzlies. First, it was Nolan going from right to left, and now Nother going from left to right. A wide open man at the doorstep. Pretty looking offense for the Grizzlies tonight. Not to mention they cash in on the power play, going 1-for-1 against a very good penalty killing team. Mentioned Alberni Valley at 88.5%. Here's Nother trying to spin one towards the Alberni Valley net. Momentum for the Grizzlies right now after that power play goal. Here they come again. Nother waiting, ripped the shot. Lancaster down as the puck goes towards the right wing wall. Fed back down to Nother. Now to Rome, right corner. Rome to the slot, out of the reach of the intended target, Clark. Shot from Somerville. Lancaster kicks that aside. Rebound to Rome, and now Clark dumps it off to Nother, left wing side. Nother to Rome. Rome spins the puck below the goal line. Lucas Clark trying to grab it. Gets the puck to Nother. Bulldogs needed a steal. They get one. Doucette at center on the left side. Dumps the puck in. Keaton Mastrodonato up on the forecheck. Somerville got the puck away from him. Mastrodonato trying to take it right wing corner. Hit hard by Somerville. The puck in behind the net. And Carter Berger does a nice job to win a puck battle. Get it to Nother. End of a shift for the Grizzlies. And they'll happily change as the Bulldog Slater goes back to take possession. Tripped and fell, and Valette has to hurry back and help him get the puck. Slater trying to move it away from the Victoria forecheck. Four players scrumming in the corner. We've seen a bit of that the last couple of shifts at 5-on-5. Thompson dumps back to Finson left point. Right point to Drayson Pears. Pears moves it into Westhaven. Down low feed is picked off. Steal for Doucette. Lays the puck across ice. Bergato, the Bulldogs' leading scorer, tips the puck in, but an offside is called. 2:01 left in the first period. Grizzlies up by a goal, 2-1.
Leading into that second goal by Victoria, they were doing a good job of going to the open ice in the offensive zone, and the Alberni Valley Bulldogs, they got to do a much better job of tying guys up in the slot. There's way too much room for the Grizzlies in there, and they've already taken advantage of it.
And the Grizzlies have worked pretty hard to open up that room too. It hasn't been there the whole period, but sticking with the game plan, a key factor. And of course, getting that man advantage, a key factor as well. Newhook, the go-ahead marker. 16th point of the season for the 16-year-old to lead the Grizzlies. Here he comes again. Over the line, down the left wing. Moving in and passing it, deflects to O'Malley, a shot, and Lancaster stared him down, made the stop. O'Malley right corner, twisting and turning. Puck pops loose though. Simeone onto it. Pears checking him. A good keep in by Friedman. Friedman to O'Malley. Moving to the left side. O'Malley drops it back. Finson, wrist shot. Goaltender down. Puck off to the side. Farron chips it up the boards, but a good keep in by Newhook on the left side. Ryan Steele collecting now. He has some room and time as the Grizzlies are making changes. So Steele will put it back to his defense. Farron and Rizzolo playing as a pair here and right beside each other as they look for the breakout option they want. Rizzolo, a bank pass towards center. Put by Ong to the Grizzlies' blue line. Clark tries to come the other way. Farron steals for Ong over the line. Pushed hard by Nolan. Following on Farron. Drop feed for Ong to the slot. Can he get it? Not quite in traffic. And the Bulldogs have to defend against Nolan. Nolan for the Grizzlies. Moving towards the front. Ran into traffic. Farron takes the puck away. Sets up Ong. Tried to move it once more for Lee. He's got to chase it down against Duran as they come together. Duran wins the physical battle, takes the puck behind his net. Lee stays with him though. Duran able to punch the puck to the boards. Welch pinches in. Welch is checked, but Nolan got it to Nuther at center. Spin move. Nice pass ahead. Alexander cutting to the left side. Delayed call against the Bulldogs. Alexander for Nuther. Tried to make a move. It's touched up. And with 16 seconds to go in the period, Victoria back on the man advantage and starting to become the team, Kyle, that's really pushing things.
They look like they have come back from that first couple minutes of this period. And I mean, maybe it's just simply a matter of, they have struggled. They came off a road trip. Maybe it takes a little while to get the legs going. But right now, they're using their speed. They're getting opportunities. They have room in the offensive zone. And now they have another power play to work with.
Just 16.4 seconds here on this man advantage. The puck goes towards the front of the net. Another spins with it. Tried to center. Broken up, and Polisiani will clear down the ice. That looked like it might be dangerous. Zach Rose leaves for Newhook. Newhook a pass on the right. Lucas Clark with room, but not much time. Put a shot in right as the buzzer sounds, and the first period comes to an end. The home team off to a rocky start, but some good countering, getting 2 cross-crease passing goals at 1:21 and 16:21, so goals literally 15 minutes apart, and pretty much the same goal, just from opposite sides of the ice, Kyle.
Absolutely. That play on the first goal was just a great job of driving wide by Ryan Nolan, and he finds Clark. And then the second goal, as you mentioned, they tried the same side with Nuther. It didn't work, rolled off his stick, hit the post, I do believe. So they tried again, go to the other side for Newhook, and he buries. So, I mean, after that quick goal by Alberni Valley, Victoria, I think the coaching staff will be happy with the way they went at the end of that period.
2-1 Grizzlies after the opening 20 minutes. Let's head down to ice level now. We're going to join Matt Carter.
Thank you very, very much. Dan Marshall and Kyle Christensen up in the broadcast booth. Yes, 2-1 for the Victoria Grizzlies here after 20 minutes of action. Fast and furious goals, as our play-by team mentioned, and a late power play goal there for Alex Newhook, the Victoria Grizzlies, to give them the 2-1 lead. Here in the first intermission, a couple things lined up for you in a few minutes' time. We're going to be talking to Scott Didmon, who does the play-by-play for the Victoria Grizzlies, get his take on how the Grizzlies have been doing this season. Again, the defending Island Division champions. What changes have they made? How looking so far? We'll find that out. We also have a flashback to a Shaw TV classic, The Locker Room, going back to about 15 years, and see some hockey fun we had there. But right now, we're going to throw to a segment by Nancy Wilmot over in Port Alberni. The Alberni Valley Bulldogs have had quite a lot of new personnel this season, both on and off the ice. So Nancy took a look and saw what the new direction the team was taking.
The Alberni Valley Bulldogs have been playing hockey in Port Alberni since 2002, and during that time there have certainly been changes. But the 2017 season sees more new faces than ever before, both on and off the ice.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017-2018 Alberni Valley Bulldogs!
We wanted more skill. That was the number one thing we identified right away, is that I watched a lot of game tape over the summer, and whenever you come into a new scenario, you want to put, I guess, your little bit of your stamp on things, but there's a way that we wanted to play the game, and in order to play that way, you got to have a certain type of player.
You know what, change is good. Sometimes it can be difficult, but I think change is good. We've got a complete turnover in our hockey operations side from head coach, assistant coach, and trainer. And we've hired a new director of business operations as well.
There's another change that could prove significant. Rick Chevink, director of scouting for the team, has added another role, director of player development.
My role with the team, which will be somewhat new from years past, is more related to what I do with the Skills Academy, which is one-on-one stuff. So when I have a chance to sit with the players and they suggest to me what their goals and objectives are, combined with what the coaches identify as perhaps areas to improve in their game, that's where I'll come in with these players. We'll hit the ice together. There'll be more short training sessions, if you will, repetition.
The overall approach is one that returning players especially appreciate.
I do. I think Rick knows what he's doing, and he'll bring the best out of each player. I mean, we've got a different coaching staff, a whole different team this year. I like the way things are looking.
For us, I mean, we know that those individual skills, you've got to work on them every day in order to put them into a team environment, and in order to put them into game action.
We have a young team. We only have 4 or 5 returning players, so we'll see how this plays out. I mean, you do rely on veteran players to some degree, but it gives also the 18 and 19-year-olds a chance to step up to the plate and show us what they've got, and it's their turn.
Really excited to see what the players are going to bring, because the coaches have been delivering the systems, teaching them the systems that they need them to operate under, and I think they're doing a really outstanding job.
There's a lot of excitement, I mean, around the group. I mean, like you said, it's a lot of new faces, both on and off the ice. It's a fresh outlook for people. It's a new attitude within the dressing room.
Yeah, for sure. I think we got a lot in store, and I think we're going to bring it this year.
I'm pleased with the culture that he's creating in the dressing room. I'm really excited. It's a younger, more dynamic era for us.
The character of the people we brought in are from winning programs, and and that means a lot for me. It's guys that expect to win when they come to the rink. They expect to be successful, and if you have that, I mean, that's half the battle.
Obviously, saw those changes there. You see with Alberni Valley paying some dividends there. Currently 3rd place in the Island Division, only 2 points back of 2nd. So good work there from the Alberni Valley Bulldogs, though they are now down 2-1 after 20 minutes here at the Q Center in Victoria. Currently here with former BCHLer and also head of corporate business development with the Victoria Grizzlies, play-by-play broadcaster Scott Didmon. Scott, give us your assessment of the first 20 minutes.
Well, first time I can remember 2 goals going in under 2 minutes. So everyone that was still in the parking lot in this wet rain saw 2 quick goals. Tonkin Palmer deflected one off of Somerville's stick, and then the Grizzlies had a great setup by Ryan Nolan to set up Lucas Clark. So great start all in all. The Grizzlies have a pretty good lead now, 2-1. Pretty comfortable going with a power play to start the next period.
So not a bad start to the season as well right now, 2nd place in the Island Division. So I want to talk a little bit about the approach to this season. The Grizzlies, again, won the Island Division last year, made it to the league semifinals. What were the approach or the priorities for the team going into 2017-18?
Well, they came at high expectations. The only thing they were a little worried about was the goaltending situation, losing Matt Galida, obviously, and Tony Ream went up to play some college hockey as well. So losing 12 guys to scholarships, a lot of work still with the remaining guys, but they are a confident group. It's just a little bit of hesitation on that last road trip they suffered up in the interior. They came off a 3-game winning streak and then lost 3 in a row. But all in all, I think the direction of this team, led by Coach Didmon, I think it'll be off to a good start.
Now let's just speak actually about the goaltenders too. You have 2 rookie goaltenders. Now just assess their play so far this season.
Well, Zach Rose, a pretty unproven guy. We knew a lot about him from Illinois, and he came through some pedigree of some of the other players that we know that have come this way. Zach is a starting goaltender at all levels, and he's done terrific to start. Sean Parkinson, a local Sauk minor hockey product, played for the West Shore Wolves in the Junior B ranks. He stole the show in training camp and really earned a spot. So I guess at the end of the day, we're pretty happy with both of them. Our record, maybe 7-6, doesn't show how talented they are, but it's a long season.
Absolutely, just getting started. And let's talk again about another talented youngster. Again, scored the power play goal for the Grizzlies today. Alex Newhook, one of the most touted players out of Newfoundland in recent years. Just speak about his path to join the Victoria Grizzlies.
Well, we were stunned. We found out about him through the internet that this kid was wanting to play for Victoria. His relative locally here, his aunt, lives in Victoria. He comes out from Newfoundland once in a while as a child and fell in love with the city. He could have gone anywhere. He was drafted in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Chose to go to Boston College in the NCAA ranks, came here. As you saw, he's got a goal tonight. He's got 16 points, 3 goals already. He is just flying. I call him our young Pavel Bure. You got to come watch this kid.
As we just saw right there, a really nice finish there on the power play goal to give the Grizzlies the 2-1 lead. And how has he sort of been as a teammate as well?
I mean, fantastic. I mean, he is a rookie, so they do pick on him a little bit. He does have all the chores on the bus, picking up, things were on the. But he's a great kid, well-spoken, as you spoke to him already. I know you have already, and we're really impressed by the way he carries himself. And He really is a special kid, and we're really happy with what happened. I'm sure you talked about him going to play for Team Canada as well as Jackson.
I was just about to ask you about that as well, just sort of the view of the team. Him as Jackson Alexander, defenseman for the Grizzlies, getting named to the Canada Under-17 team, playing up in Northern BC at a World Under-17 Challenge. What does it mean for the Grizzlies organization to have 2 players picked to go to Team Canada for that tournament?
You know, it goes a long way to show you the progression of our recruiting. I mean, when players want to come all over the country, especially a guy like, as we talked about with Alex, but Jackson's a local kid. He wants to play here too. So we're really lucky that the recruiting has gone really well lately. Having the consistency from the ownership down with the coaching staff, it's nice to pick up the phone and make that call and know that that coach is there and not off somewhere else. So it goes a long way. It means so much to our fans to have someone to look at. Remember, we had both the Ben brothers and, of course, Tyler Bozak. Everyone watched them on TV and say, I wish I went and watched him when he was that young. This is your opportunity. Come watch Jackson Alexander and Alex Newhook. I'm trying to sell some more tickets.
I don't believe, again, is your own corporate business development. You want more money rolling in, more fans coming in. And this is a beautiful rink to watch a game. So maybe just say a quick word about, again, the staff here at the Q Center and the environment they create for the Grizz.
Well, we're very lucky. This league doesn't survive without the great volunteers, and we have so many. We have probably the biggest staff, volunteer staff as well. They come out year after year. We have our year-end banquets. It's almost packed with 200 people, never mind the billet families and the players. So really exciting organization to be a part of. We have a fantastic venue. We've had some NHL games in here or some past stuff. Some, of course, Salmon Kings were here. We've had the Royals practice in here. They've seen this building, and it's a wow building. We call it a wow building because when you come down the hill, you look at this barn. But then you come inside and you think, am I at GM Place? This is terrific. So, great venue.
Absolutely. And I want to ask you now, obviously, one of the reasons I know you have good context about this is you yourself, a past BCHL player, and we were talking just before we went on camera here about what was it, 3 different teams, only 1 trade. So just give us.
So 87, I played up at the other arena with the Waunfield Whalers. From that year, I ended up getting my outright release and moving back to midget AAA. This is going back to 87. From there in 88, I joined the Merritt Centennials, made their team. The year after, traded to Cowichan for 3 guys and some cash. We'll go into that later. Regardless, moved to Cowichan. The franchise was the Warriors. From there, we moved back to Wandafuka as the Victoria Warriors. From there, NCAA with Mankato State. So a little run, but I remember as a player in this level how special it was. And these guys, it's even better now.
Perfect. All right, well, thank you so much, Scott, for your time here. Just a last quick word. What do you expect to see out of the final 40 minutes?
Well, I think for the most part, the Grizzlies are going to come out hard again with this power play to start. The Bulldogs are going to come right back. I think we're going to see a 60-minute effort tonight by both teams. It's a Wednesday night game, but I think with your camera crews here, they've excited all these players.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Scott Wellspoint. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and all the best with the rest of the call tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Scott. Again, Scott Didmon there, Grizzlies play-by-play. Send him back up to the booth. And right now, we are going to go back, way back to 2001. Actually, year when, since we're in Victoria, when Victoria native Nelly Furtado had a hit song with I'm Like a Bird. And we're going to go way back again to see what the Shaw TV locker room team was doing like that. Had a bit of fun with hockey there as well. Here's the locker room flashback on Shaw TV.
Well, I've seen a lot of players come up through the ranks, and when you talk about ranks, there's nothing probably best describes these 3 players. They work really hard. They've been around a long time, and they've got some weaknesses. Tom himself, he's getting up there. He's definitely getting up there in age.
I might be old, but I'm slow.
I really grew up in a hockey family. My dad is a big Habs and Bruins fan. Mom liked the Canucks. Brother liked the Leafs. I don't know where he went wrong. I was an Oilers fan, followed the greats, Gretzky, Messier, Curry, Ruotsalainen, Puzar.
Well, Mike's one of those players still holding on to the dream, and came up through the Iron League, and we looked at his grittiness, his toughness, his desire and commitment to the game. He's a scrappy player. He likes to get into the corners, muck it up a bit. You could probably send him into the corners with a carton of eggs and come out and they wouldn't be broken, and he owes me $10.
I guess I love it so much because it's so family-oriented. Sitting around with my dad, my brother, though he doesn't like hockey, my mom. She doesn't watch a lot of hockey either. But my dad, definitely my dad.
Mom did a double knot.
Well, when we talk about our goaltender, we talk about Matty. You look at goaltenders, you want to look at size, and you want to look at strength and agility and the angles, and definitely a quick glove hand and a blocker side. He doesn't really have any of that. He's no red light Rasico.
Yeah, I played a lot of games in a lot of towns, a lot of places. Came up through the Mississauga chain. Played in Wolfville, Nova Scotia, Severn Bridge, Ontario, places like High Prairie, Greward, Lac La Biche, Red Deer, Edmonton, Alberta, and of course Nanaimo. A lot of games, a lot of towns.
Good game now. Good game now. Let's go, boys. Let's get it. One for the win. Play hard. Play hard. As we sit here today in the arena, really reflect on what Nanaimo's done for us in Nanaimo hockey.
Yeah.
How has it influenced us?
Getting to work with the Clippers organization, first-class group all the way.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
really good people there. The opportunities we've had to play the anthem, the national anthem, both national anthems, the Hockey Night Canada theme and O Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the opportunities they've given us here playing in front of a couple of thousand people, it's been a real treat.
I didn't actually realize that throwback would be back to when I was only 160 pounds, but a lot of fun there. With the Pocket Rockets baritone saxophone trio, Hockey Night in Canada, and hockey there in Nanaimo. You're watching BCHL hockey live here on Shaw TV, and time to take a little bit of a look back at the stats there from the first period of play. Grizzlies 2-1 lead. Alberni Valley, though, with a quick start, only 25 seconds into the game. Isaac Thompson-Pomker with the goal. Victoria getting back only about a minute later as Lucas Clark knotted the first goal of the game for the Victoria Grizzlies. Ryan Nolan with a beautiful setup on that. Then at 16:21 on a power play, Alex Newhook, the phenom out of Newfoundland, third goal of the season. A beautiful setup on that. Well, again, take us to the 2-1 lead here for Victoria Grizzlies. Victoria outshot Alberni Valley 9-7 in that first period. And to look back at some of the highlights from there, let's throw it back up to our broadcast team of Dan Marshall and Kyle Christensen.
Thanks so much, Matt. A great dream road start for the Victoria opposition from Alberni Valley, but then the Grizzlies taking over that period with a couple of pretty goals. You'll see them now.
Well, it was a great pitch, but Bradley Ong, just a terrific job. He makes this play work, and then you see the goal right there. Just as you mentioned, Dan, just a terrific start for Alberni Valley. High
the defenseman
shot.
Somerville getting in the way of that shot just a little bit too to fool Zach Rose.
Yeah, it was friendly fire on that one for sure. And then, you see a couple of these saves by Rose. He was good. And then there's this play by Nolan. It goes wide, finds Clark, tap in. Beautiful job there by those two guys. And then, the next goal that we're going to see in a couple seconds here is the carbon copy, but the angle's reversed. And what I mean by that is he had an opportunity, and we'll get it later. There's another great save by Rose. I thought he was good. He was steady in the first period. He was square to the puck for the most part, and he made a lot of good saves with his body.
The physical play that the Bulldogs, I think, want to continue on evidence there in that package. And Kyle, here's the goal that you were just talking about.
Yeah, it was that nice pass across, and Newhook, 16-year-old, got a lot of finish. He's got a great future.
There's your first period in a nutshell here from the Q Center in Victoria with our highlight package on Shaw TV. Live hockey from the Q Center on a rainy Wednesday nights. And both of these teams not desperate for points yet in the early season, but certainly wanting and needing the points. The Grizzlies have the second place in the Island Division right now. The Bulldogs can tie them with a regulation win today. The Nanaimo Clippers right in behind with 11 points too. And the Powell River Kings just off to a tremendous start. And for both of these teams staying in the mix to maybe still have a shot if Powell River does falter at any point, which looks so unlikely. As you see Matt Hughes getting some instruction here as he sees his team, Kyle, be down twice on the manpower disadvantage. once the goal scored by Newhook that we looked at, and now 1:43 of power play time here for Craig Didmon and his Victoria Grizzlies. So I think Matt Hughes is saying, you know what, I want that next call.
Well, he wants that next call, but they got to get this kill first. 1:43 left, and Victoria's power play in the first period, as you alluded to, it was really good. It moved the puck around well. It got the one goal, got a lot of chances. There was way too much room from the Alberni side on the penalty kill. Victoria had a lot of good looks with not much in the way of resistance.
Grizzlies will send out O'Malley with Nolan and Friedman up front. Duran and Berger on the points for this power play. Kraus to take the draw against Friedman. Bulldogs can't get possession. Duran has it at the line. It's Friedman, top of the left circle. Goes across ice. Berger, wrist shot, stopped by Lancaster. Rebound back towards Berger on the sidewall. Sammy Farron intercedes, and a nice job to clear the puck behind Duran and down the ice, and that will send the Grizzlies power play back. Duran in behind his net, pursued by Kraus. Now it's center ice, it's Nolan. Nolan with O'Malley. O'Malley tips inside the Alberni Valley zone. Slater almost lost the puck. It's still inside the blue line. The Grizzlies trying to recover, but a good Bulldog clearance, and down to 1 minute now remaining in this power play as both teams will change their personnel, Kyle.
Yeah, there were opportunities in the slot there, but Victoria just could not find that loose puck. Good job of Alberni Valley to get it out of harm's way.
Lucas Clark towards the Alberni line. Puck cleared by Ong the other way. And now you see a penalty kill that was at 88.5% coming into the game. How good it can look. Grizzlies Finson with a lead pass. Another. Gains the line with Rome. Speeding it after the puck. Rome behind the net. Advances the puck to the corner. Clark and Rome are both there. Another scoops in to grab it. Another right circle. Lost possession. Gets it back. Right point feed. Now Finson from the middle. Waiting. Passing back to the blue line. Finson a return feed. Plays it left circle for another. Goes cross ice through a seam, but a good active stick by Selleck. A keep in by Finson. Long range shot, and Lancaster gets a piece. Another recovers once again, walking in. A good steal by Welsh, though. Man out of the box. It's going to be Mitchell Oliver. Leading a 3-on-1 for Alberni. Selleck over the line, moving in. Wrist shot. He put that one high on the glove side, and the puck will carry him back towards center, and it does go out of play and pops back down on the ice surface. What a chance out of the box for Oliver and then Selleck.
It's funny how the hockey gods work, isn't it, Dan? You do a great job on a penalty kill. You get your puck in passing lanes. You break up some good scoring chances, and then Selleck gets a great one of his own the other way, but missed the net. That's a better penalty kill for Alberni Valley. They were on loose pucks. They never let Victoria get established in the offensive zone.
Brandon Brigado talking with the official, sitting on 10 points. The Bulldog leader lined up now as our right winger for this faceoff. The puck goes right to him. Walks in. Brigado was shot off the glove of Rose, but he couldn't catch it. Brigado follows on, but the Grizzlies take the puck away. Clear to the point. Oliver with a keep in. Bounces it down low. A centering feed blocked by Rose. And the Grizzlies will now transition. Cam Thompson down the left. Banks the puck in. Chasing it down himself. Westhaver beside him. Thompson being pinned on the side wall. Steele puts it to the line, but a keep in. Long range shot. Hit a traffic in front of the net. And there's a shot from Westhaver that didn't get through. Back at the right point. A keep in and a dump down low by Berger. Westhaver below the goal line. Now Hops looking up front. Coming up front with a shot. He hit the side of the net with that. Intercepting is Welsh. Clearing up the wall for Simeone. Coming out with Brigado. Brigado over the red line. Makes a move on Somerville. Follows the puck into the corner, drops it off. Ryan Steele walking right out alone. His shot stopped by Rose. What a chance there for Steele. And Rose making the stop, going down on his knees. Simeone right corner as the Bulldogs continue with pressure. Simeone on the cycle. Gets it down below the goal line. Ong puts it out in front. Steele, he couldn't quite get the clean shot he wanted. Back of the blue line, Farron. Long range wrist shot into traffic in front. Thompson trying to clear, but a keep in by Ong in the high slot. Hammers a shot, kick save, rebound chance, another stop by Rose as he stops Simeone. Grizzlies cannot clear. Good shift for the Bulldogs here. Isaac Tonkin Palmer, right side over the line, walking in. Wrist shot, he put that one over top the net. Poliziani on the half wall. Out near the blue line, a pass back to Farron. Farron wrists it down low, but wide. Poliziani recovers. Back to the blue line, Rizzola. Long range wrist shot deflected wide. Rebound to the side, and it bounced on Ong, and now covered up by Zach Rose. What a Bulldog shift.
Yeah, that's a mercy cover for Rose. I mean, that was all kinds of pressure on him. Alberni Valley just pins the Grizzlies in their own zone. They couldn't get off, and you'll see this beautiful save right here, Rose on Steele. They tried to set Steele up a couple times on that shift. Looked like an extended power play. They were in that offensive zone so much, Dan.
That's great goaltending, a lateral movement from Zach Rose to keep this a 2-1 score. The Grizzlies continue to lead because of their goaltender, who is under some duress on that shift, but certainly keeping the Bulldogs at bay. Drayson Pears passes side of his goal to Finson. Now on the wall, good collision there as Nolan pushing and shoving, knocked his man down, and Rizzolo shaken up as in goes Pears with a slot. A pass tipped just wide of the net as the Grizzlies almost transition for a beauty. On the puck again is Nolan. Tried to play it to the goal, but Farron intercepts that, and the puck will slide into the Grizzlies' end. 4.5 minutes in, second period. 2-1, Victoria out in front. Drayson Pears brings the Grizzlies to center, dumps inside the Alberni Valley zone. Lancaster puts the puck to the wall, but a Grizzly steal. Pears, the defenseman, is down deep, but now Mastrodonato will take it. Mastrodonato knocked over by Pears, gets back to his feet and clears. Alexander takes over at the Grizzlies line and moves it back. Sean O'Malley at center on the right, jumps to the opposite corner for the onrushing Newhook. Newhook tried to center, goes to O'Malley. O'Malley puts it wide of the net. Newhook will chase, so will Duran, but it's punched out towards Mastrodonato. Left side over the line with a wrist shot, a glove stopped by Zach Rose, and he hangs onto that from long range. The shots are now 11-11.
Well, I think they're going to give Alberni Valley credit for that one, but that's just a good outlet, and Mastrodonato was a 1-on-3, didn't really have any other options, just fire the puck on net. You never know what's going to happen, and you know, just a good outlet, get some pressure off, and get an offensive scoring chance.
Mastrodonato, a long ranger, and into the glove of Zach Rose, who, since that first goal that did deflect on him off his own defenseman Somerville, has been razor sharp in net, and they did put up that last shot to move it to 12-11 for the visitors right now. Bulldogs with the extra shot, Grizzlies with the extra goal. Oliver from the Victoria line sends the puck down low towards Kraus. It's tipped away. Now in traffic, Kraus tried to get a shot through and failed to do so, and Hops will lead the Grizzlies back towards center. Dumps inside the Alberni Valley zone. Hops towards Hadley. Hadley digging for the puck in the corner. All three Victoria forwards on that left side, and Gainey takes possession. Gainey trying to move it in his skates. Bulldogs take over, however. Chakalias comes to center. Nearly overtaken by Hadley. Now Gainey will drop it back to his defense, and Duran spots Alexander. Stick handling over the line. Drop pass to Hops. Back down low for Alexander behind the goal. In a collision there with Oliver. Lee now for the Bulldogs. A pass forward. Chakalias to Kraus. Partially fanning on it. Alexander to Somerville, and the Grizzlies will come back through center. Jamie Rome working down the left wing. Makes a move. Trying to get by Oliver. Still Victoria in possession, but Somerville was pinned as the puck rolls to Lancaster, and he is going to cover this. Down to 13:45 remaining in the second period, 2-1 for Victoria.
Well, that's probably the easiest save Lancaster's going to make tonight. A nice slow puck, flat, wasn't rolling, wasn't doing anything funky, just makes that easy save. And you know, both teams, as we mentioned first period, they were settling in, they were starting to, you know, play the way everyone expects them to, and it's carried over here in the second.
The Bulldogs have had some good chances in the last few minutes, but Zach Rose has been a difference maker for the Grizzlies. Victoria trying to work some pucks onto Lancaster. Thompson behind the goal, moving it towards Westhaven. Back at the line, Somerville pinching in, but the puck goes up. Foot race for it. Carter Berger spins one off the glass to center, and Brigado dumps it back inside the Victoria end. It's touched up by Zach Rose. Berger cuts in front of his goal, starting the rush himself. Left wing feed. Rome didn't quite see that coming. Simeone couldn't quite detect a pass either, and that gives Thompson some room and time. Thompson gets away from one check, fires the puck into the corner. Farron back to it, chops forward. Brigado trying to get loose with Steele. Ryan Steele to Brigado over the line, turning with the puck, but he hands it away. Nolan trying to come back, and for the third straight time, the Bulldogs are going to the penalty kill. A slashing call is coming. Matt Hughes was lobbying at the start of the period for that next power play, but it's his team once again that goes on the kill.
Well, sometimes you look at a call and you think maybe that was kind of a cheap call. That was one that obviously he was impeded, and it was almost like the ref was going to see if he was going to fall over before he called it, and he falls over, he calls the penalty, and Victoria's dangerous power play goes back to work.
1 for 2 on the man advantage so far. Bulldogs trying to clear the puck. It comes to Fitz at left point, though. Grizzlies on to it. Vincent to Nother walking in. Nother stick handling, passing low to Clark. Clark left circle, wrist shot. Lancaster got a piece, wasn't sure where the rebound went, but is cleared by his teammates out towards center ice. Vincent back to it. Grizzlies have Rome up front. Nother's way up ahead of the play. Finson will carry now. Nother takes the puck, lost it at center ice. Rome follows though for Finson over the line. Finson with Rome in tow. Newhook waiting at the point, so is Nother. 2 forwards back on that blue line right now as Nother has to back up to center. Nother back to the blue line, looking for a lane. Nother for Clark. Clark dumps the puck into the corner. Welsh for the Bulldogs, first guy there. Passes the puck to the corner for Oliver. Drives it down the ice, just about hit Ong for a shorthanded break. Rose comes out of his net. Calmly plays the puck to his defense, and the Grizzlies can come forward. O'Malley at center on the right. Makes a move. Up over the line, passing left side. Nolan pulls up and lost possession. Pitching down Durant. Grizzlies hold the puck in. Nolan bounces it to the slot, and a keep away by Slater, who backhands off the glass and back inside the Victoria blue line.
Well, dare I say it, there's cherry pickers in this game. Ong for Alberni Valley is kind of just roving around in the neutral zone, and another for the Grizzlies. It looks like both teams are implementing the stretch pass here tonight.
Hoping to catch the opposition napping. Berger with a good keep in for the Grizzlies. Swats the puck down below the goal line. Rims around on the left side. Durant from the blue line fakes and passes. Berger looks for an opening. Moving left, passing right. Durant, wrist shot, stopped and held on to by Colton Lancaster. And we saw Zach Rose being sharp earlier in this period. Now Lancaster called on to do likewise.
I don't think he saw the last 2 saves he's made. He's just been in good position and the puck has hit him. And you'll see on this one, I mean, does he see this shot? I don't think so. I mean, but that's the thing with a positional goaltender. You're in good position and the puck will hit you. And that's just the way Lancaster's been doing it in the second period.
Well-crafted play by Berger at the line, as it was his lateral movement that put Durant into a better shooting spot, and a good stop by Lancaster, the former Merritt Centennial goaltender. Back to 5-on-5 play. Bragado's back on the ice. Grizzlies 2, Bulldogs 1 in the second. Alexander deals the puck in behind the Alberni Valley net. Simeone on the boards, can't come up with it. Mitchell Oliver trying to track it down, tripped up by Rome. They battle in the corner. Oliver wins that puck battle and moves it forward. Simeone drops it to him. Mitchell Oliver, left side at center for a Welsh. Gets over the line, hit the stick of Master and out of the Grizzlies get a break. Cam Thompson down the right side, walking in on goal, pulls up, tried to drag it. Puck loose, just outside the blue paint and cleared away. The drag move never really did lead to the shot that Thompson wanted or needed, and still 2-1. And for the first time tonight, the Alberni Valley Bulldogs go to the man advantage. That was just a bizarre play at the blue line where Master Donato tried to straddle the blue line, actually caused a turnover the other way.
Well, yeah, I think maybe if he was about 4 inches taller, it might have been an easier task, but that was just tight roping on the blue line. And yeah, it pays to be 7 feet tall sometimes because your limbs are longer and you don't have to get into that kind of a mess at the blue line. But he stayed onside somehow.
Rome in the box, and you saw him taking Simeone down. And a good view of it, too, from the official's angle. Bulldogs on the power play this season are 4th in the BCHL. The Grizzlies are 10th on the PK, and the Bulldogs are setting up. Ryan Steele to Rizzolo right point. Dumps down below the goal line. Simeone tried to pass to Brigado. That's sent down the ice by the Grizzlies. And Lancaster will have to touch up. Rizzolo, the defender back, who quarterback this power play. Waits in behind the net. Coming ahead now, left wing feed. Simeone has some room up over the Grizzlies line. Simeone dropping for Steele, half wall. Chip pass to Rizzolo. Right point to Farron. Farron puts it to the right side. Simeone just inside the blue line. Simeone looking for a lane. Wrist shot deflected in front. Rebound chance just put wide. Excellent Bulldog chance there on the initial shot and the rebound. Simeone drops it off the blue line to Rizzolo. Rizzolo to the right side. Steele to the point to Farron. One-time shot, he put that one high. Bergato controlling on the left side. Good-looking power play so far. Right point, Rizzolo. Rizzolo to the boards. Steele back at the line again to Farron. Farron, cross ice feed, Bergato waiting, passing low. Simeone centers and a quick shot from Rizzolo. He couldn't make that go. Bulldogs continue to control. Out near the line, Bergato to Rizzolo, right point. Other side, it's Farron. Farron to the boards again for Steele. Steele moving up top. Goes across ice, Bergato. Bergato waiting, passing low. Centering feed, Bergato with a shot, he just missed that. Simeone below the goal line. Being dragged down by Somerville. Bulldogs have it still. Bergato, 14 seconds to go in the power play. Bergato cutting across near the line, but he's checked. Good job by Berger to do so. Ryan Steele corrals the puck again, back in front of his blue line. Making moves into Grizzlies territory. Ryan Steele right to the goal with a backhand, sticked away by Rose. Sets after the rebound, but a good job to win possession by Friedman, who lifts the puck to center. Jamie Rome tried to attack it out of the box. Lead pass, Mastrodonato over the line. Now Doucette walking in back in front of the goal, but his pass didn't quite connect. And the Grizzlies try and clear the puck, and they'll be wise to take an icing here as the puck rolls all the way down, and that's what you call a good icing for the Grizzlies.
A much needed icing. Don't be surprised if Ryan Steele finds a way to score in this game, because he is the trigger man on this power play. He is the one they are looking for, the Bulldogs, and he's had a couple great chances, had another one with that last sequence, and don't be surprised, Dan, if he shows up with a goal in this game, because it seems like every time he's on the ice, he's getting an opportunity. Had another great one, had another one in the first period where Rose had to make a great save, but he's a guy to keep your eye on.
A lot of east-west on that Alberni Valley power play with control just inside the blue line, but it seemed to be working in terms of getting offensive chances. You'll get to see here some of the work that Zach Rose has done. Some earlier action there on Steele, but also electric on the man advantage. And the Grizzlies doing a nice job. As much as they gave up a lot of attack zone time, they didn't give up that key opportunity, although Zach Rose had to be pretty sharp there.
He has been great in this game, and we talked about that early goal in the first period, and since then he has been razor sharp and nothing's gotten by him, and he's had to make some very good saves, as we saw in that sequence.
And you just commented on Ryan Steele and how close was he on that rebound where Rose had to come across with that right leg.
It's definitely a battle of the goaltenders so far in this game, as a 2-1 score would imply.
Although 1-1 in the first 121, it looked like it was going to be last shot wins. It might finish 8-7. Looks nothing like that now as the teams have settled in, but especially the goaltenders have settled in.
I think the coaches had a few things to say about the wide open start to this game.
Finson just outside the Alberni Valley blue line, dumps in. Welsh skates back to take the puck. Banks it off the wall. Oliver to Doucette. Mastrodonato wanted a breakout pass. The Grizzlies steal the puck. In goes Thompson, left side, wrist shot, put that one off the glass. Puck ricochets near the blue line. Doucette failed to get out. Welsh behind his net to Oliver. Oliver with a pass up the middle to Selleck. Selleck coming through the middle, up over the line for Mastrodonato. Selleck follows on, dropping to Mastrodonato, tried to drag it, but he couldn't get by the defense. Then he was knocked over. Clark comes back. Clark to another over the line. Another walks in, centering for Clark. It's tipped just wide. Clark looking for his second of the game. A Bulldog steal, and Welsh will move away Mastrodonato. Dropping back to Mitchell Oliver. Guns a puck to center. That's blocked by a pinching Pears. Pears down the right side. Works deep into the corner. Grayson Pears couldn't center against Welsh. Gainey's onto it, though. Gainey for the Grizzlies. Pinned by Oliver. Gainey works the puck out. Welsh steals. It comes back to the blue line. A keep in by Finson. Loads up with a shot deflected. Another couldn't get the rebound. Mastrodonato's trying to clear. And some help now from Welsh, who will start the Bulldogs towards center. Passing on the right to Selleck over the Grizzlies line. Walking in. A wrist shot easily blocked by Finson. Elysiani skates in for the puck in the left corner. He's by himself. Gets to the slot for Ong, however. Ong's pass picked off. Another might get a break. Another comes over the line with Friedman. Another cutting right. Wrist shot blocked. A good job by Valent to block it. He battles Another and they collide in the corner. Ong sends the puck to his own blue line, but Durant keeps it in. Walking right in, a wrist shot, and that deflects wide. Alexander left wing corner. Skating in below the goal line. Trying to advance out front, made a spin on Tonkin Palmer, the Bulldog goal scorer. Valent is then hit by Alexander as Alberni Valley tries to start out of their own territory, but Polisiani's got some work to do in that regard. Floats the puck towards center ice and dumped in by Ong, and he'll chase back Duran and Alexander. Duran onto the puck. Tonkin Palmer goes to meet him. O'Malley's back deep behind his goal. Polisiani almost stole the puck, and it's covered up by the post with some good work by Zach Rose.
Couple big block shots for the Bulldogs in their own zone. First, I think it was Slater and then Ong, and things were starting to come a little unraveled in the defensive zone, but the block shots got them out of trouble without any harm being done. And Lucas Clark, it seems like he's interested in that one-handed redirect. He did have a little time on that last opportunity he had to just corral it and look for an opening.
Opting for the quicker route, and it didn't quite work out the way he had hoped there, but a promising Victoria chance, no doubt, in front of Colton Lancaster. The face-off now, back towards the Grizzlies' blue line. Bulldogs hold it in. In walks Lee to the slot. Lee couldn't get a shot. Now he reloads, and this time it just misses. Puck back to Rizzolo, left point. Rizzolo puts it down deep. Chakalias left corner. Trying to move to the front. Skating around the goal, a centering feet. Farron had to take it on his backhand, and now Lee puts it back to Chakalias on the half wall right side. His pass is blocked, and out comes Rome for Victoria. Over the Alberni line, Rome dragging the puck towards the corner. Duran in deep, passing below the goal line. Westhaver after the bouncing puck. He won't be able to take it. Lancaster's watching everything down low as he crouches down with the post, and the Bulldogs, unable to get out cleanly on this shift, will have to try again. Rizzolo beside his net. Hadley comes in on the forecheck. Pass deflected, that goes high and out of play into the stands here at the Q Center. There's 4:40 to go in the second period, and this game really settling into a defensive gem right now.
And this is exactly what the Bulldogs want to play. They don't want to be in a run and gun matchup with Victoria because they're not going to win that way. They've done a good job. I mean, it's been kind of ugly and slow at moments, but that is the way the Bulldogs want, and they know they have to play it that way if they want to have success.
Hockey on the road, that's oftentimes what it takes. It's not those pretty goals that win hockey games. It's the grinded out type of goals and the grinded out type of shifts that you put enough of those together and you can have success. Bulldogs looking for just their second road win of the season. They're 1-2-1-1 away from Weyerhaeuser Arena. Somerville with a pass across to Berger. A good forecheck here by Simeone. Steele comes in, grabs the puck. It's played back to the blue line. A keep in by Welsh, and now Steele. Steele, pass cross ice. Oliver has to hold this in. Wrists it towards the front. Falling to block it was Somerville. Gainey for the Grizzlies. Moves the puck ahead, chipped to the blue line. Oliver trying to hold in, can't do so. Delayed offside. Now Somerville drops it off Berger. Simeone doing a nice job of hounding him as the puck is tipped by Gainey inside the Alberni Valley end. Welsh is back to it behind his net. Welsh puts the puck to the side wall. Long pass to center. That's broken up by Finson. The Grizzlies take over. Finson again for Lucas Clark. One touches to Nother. Nother coming ahead with Nolan. Nother for Nolan. Pass didn't get through. Puck cleared, not out. Finson from the point. Walks in. Wrist shot. Glove stopped by Lancaster. Another was there providing the traffic, and taking exception was Slater.
Well, yeah, Slater obviously is defending his goaltender on that one, and maybe Lancaster got a bit of a hack from Nother. He was trying to bat that puck into the net. But, you know, we talk about the pace first period. It's amped up, if anything, here in the second.
Second game of the rivalry this year. Victoria winning the first one 4-2 at Weyerhaeuser Arena in the Grizzlies' visit there for the Bulldogs home opener. Here's a break possibly for Mastrodonato, cutting in on goal. Mastrodonato in tight. He makes a great save by Rose as he got his right pad down. Mastrodonato with a big break, showing lots of speed there, and he tried to beat the goaltender low. That might be Rose's best save of the day. Grizzlies trying to counter. Another from center. Tips the puck down, and that's going to be an icing call. What a stop, Kyle, by Zach Rose.
Well, I mean, goal scorers, they come in and they try to open you up. They try to get you to go east-west and slip the puck between your legs, and that's just a fantastic job of moving laterally by Rose. And I mean, we're a broken record because he has been terrific all throughout this game so far.
That was a special save on a great rush by Mastronato, but Zach Rose equal to the challenge. Oliver from the blue line, wrists a pass towards Ong. Ong right side, knocked over. Tonkin Palmer plays the puck around in behind the Victoria goal. Dean Finson collects. Finson failed to clear. Ong down the left side, puts the puck off the side of the net. Tonkin Palmer reaching for it, grabs it himself. Tonkin Palmer with a backhand, stopped by Rose. Rebound for Poliziani on the right side. Poliziani warding off a check. Pass to Oliver and now Welsh. Wines, slaps one, deflected, and a great save on that tip by Rose again. The Bulldogs coming close.
That's how you're going to beat Rose. He's in a zone right now. He's stopping everything. They've put bodies in front of him. They've taken away his eyes. He can't see shots coming in. He's stopping those too. So the next thing, you have to try and get some deflections on him, change the direction, because, as I said, he is playing fantastic right now. So you got to make his life even harder by deflecting the puck and maybe getting him to contort in a way he can't.
A focused Zach Rose and the Grizzlies leading 2-1 with 2:10 remaining in this second period. Victoria trying to get a break through center, but Steele passes to Kraus over the Grizzlies line. Kraus wrist shot swallowed up again by Zach Rose, and the Grizzlies cannot get out cleanly. They're being fooled and I think stymied by this Bulldog forecheck right now.
The forecheck's been there all game. It's kind of been a full court press and just a chance for Kraus. He just had really no option, so let's just fire the puck on and test the goaltender. Even if he's hot, just throw as much rubber on him as you can and maybe you'll get a bounce.
Kraus wanted to generate at least a loose puck, but that's the other thing Rose is doing. He's swallowing everything right now, so even those shots where you're hoping to generate a second opportunity or rebound, that's not allowed to happen. Shots are 17-15 Bulldogs at this stage, but it's still 2-1 Grizzlies. Doucette weaving around in the Victoria zone. Plays low for Selleck. Selleck behind the goal, coming up the right side. Paul Selleck dumps down low. A one-touch by Doucette. Mastronato has a man, Selleck, in front. Couldn't corral the puck, though. Comes back to Slater. Tips it in from the blue line. Selleck goes to Alexander, but Alexander makes a pass to Duran. And now Alex Newhook for the Grizzlies. His pass was blocked by Doucette at center ice. Off the glove of Mastronato, Newhook will steal back. Alex Newhook with right now the difference-making goal in this game, late in the first period on the power play. Duran to center for the Grizzlies. Up ahead for Friedman. Tracking the puck deep in the Alberni Valley zone. Friedman checked by Valent, but he gets away. Friedman dumps it back to the blue line. Long-range wrist shot, and Lancaster able to see that and make the stop at the last moment. Last minute, period number 2. Puck along the wall as the players scrum for possession. Friedman in the fray. Puck goes high and out of play just by the blue line area with 51 seconds left in this period, and a 2-1 Victoria Grizzlies lead after 2 goals in the first minutes and a power play goal to put the Grizzlies up in the late going of the first. We've had no offense and a lot of great saves in the second period.
I thought that puck went right out, but I guess they rule that it went off a body. Even strength, both of these teams with 50 seconds left in the second period.
And Matt Hughes wanted to, I think, get his team in the right mindset here for the final 51 seconds of the second period, calling a timeout, an early time to do that. And you can see Craig Didmon has the coaching board out as well, trying to coach up the Victoria Grizzlies, recognizing, you know what, hey, this is an opportunity for his team to maybe grab a 3-1 goal. And in a game that has been as tight as it has, 3-1 seems like a pretty large lead.
It seems like a large lead now. In the first minute or two, it would have seemed like 3 goals, it's easy. We can come back and get that in a couple minutes. But, you know, goals in the last minute of any period are killers if you give them up, and they are huge momentum boosts if you get them. So, you know, a timeout in the last minute, it's an important thing, I think, for the Bulldogs. They need to make sure they're aligned properly so everybody is on the same page in this defensive zone faceoff to ensure they get out of here only down 1.
51 seconds. Offensive zone faceoff, and as we said, Craig Didmon had that coaching board out for the Victoria Grizzlies, thinking that maybe he sees an opportunity here. On the face-off, turning, a shot from Clark is wide. Rebound to Rome. He tried to jam it in by the post and couldn't beat Lancaster. Thompson on the puck right side. Grizzlies do look dangerous in this final minute shift. And they've got their gunners out there, a bit of a different line combo. Rome and Clark, two guys that have played together a lot in their careers here at the Grizzlies. Clark cutting around the goal, centering feed, Rome, and he couldn't get a clean shot. Great defensive work by Selleck of the Bulldogs. Rome with 24 seconds in the period. Down low for Thompson. Thompson half wall. Being pinned and knocked down. Clark comes in trying to drag the puck out. The Bulldogs steal away, and here they come in a 2-on-2 with 13 seconds to go. Master Donato up over the line, chips the puck into the corner, chasing it down himself, trying to pin it down low as he's being double teamed by Clark and Finson. Bulldogs do get the puck to the side, a centering feed blocked by Thompson, and the second period ends the same way that the first period did, a 2-1 Victoria Grizzlies lead. And 17-16, the Bulldogs continuing to get the shots. I would say the better saves in that period, though, were made by Zach Rose of the Grizzlies.
Zach Rose, the Paradise, Newfoundland native. It's been no vacation trying to score on this guy. I mean, he has been fantastic this whole game. That first period shot, as you mentioned, it went off a stick, so you can't really fault him for that. And on the other end of things, you know, Lancaster, Colton Lancaster, I mean, he's been able to make saves on shots that he hasn't been able to see. A couple of those shots in the mid part of that second period. Great job of Victoria to get bodies in front and take away Lancaster's eyes so he can't see the puck, and he still makes saves.
Let's head down now to bench level, and we are going to join our very own Matt Carter.
Thank you very, very much, Dan and Kyle up in the booth. Yes, 2-1 after 20 minutes, now 2-1 after 40 minutes as well here at the Q Center. The Victoria Grizzlies still with that 2-1 lead over the Alberni Valley Bulldogs. Alex Newhook's power play goal late in the first period, still that difference. Some great action there, of course, a really dominant power play by Alberni Valley, leading to lots of chances with no goals. Again, Zach Rose, the goaltender from the Grizzlies, up to the task. A great late shift there from the Grizzlies as well, but still that 2-1 score. Coming up here in the second intermission, we're going to have another locker room flashback, going back to the 90s, I do believe. We're going to have some second period highlights with our color commentators and broadcasters, Dan and Kyle. We're also going to have a discussion with the Alberni Bulldogs Director of Business Operations, Tali Campbell. He was mentioning before this right now, what a great crew down in Port Alberni watching this game here live on Shaw TV. So hello again to the folks in Port Alberni. And right now, though, we're going to take a look at a couple of young guns from the Victoria Grizzlies. A pair of 16-year-olds, Alec Newhook, who mentioned had that power play goal earlier, as well as Jackson Alexander. Two players that are called to be played with Team Canada as part of an under-17 challenge happening in November. And again, making their mark in here in Victoria with the Grizzlies.
She's ready to go. The Grizzlies helmet on. 2 shots, Clara. Trying to put it in the bullseye. The buck shot.
Victoria Grizzlies are looking for a championship season, and with a well-balanced roster and a couple of hot prospects in the form of Alex Newhook and Jason Alexander, they might just get there. Just ask veteran bench boss Greg Didmon.
We're a good hockey club. We got 4 scholarships already to start the season, and we got a number of more coming for sure. You know, we're more of a veteran team with 13 veteran players, as well as we got a lot of young players in real key positions.
One of those young players is 16-year-old rookie Alex Newhook, already committed to Boston College for the fall of 2019 and projected to be a sought-after pro draft pick in 2 years. Originally from the East Coast, he's come a long way in a short time.
I started off playing hockey, I don't know, around when I was 4, St. John's, Newfoundland. And yeah, hockey's just always been pretty big in my family and in my community and stuff like that. So that's just kind of how I got into it. Then when I was 14, I moved away to St. Andrews College in Aurora, Ontario. I played 2 years there, last year and the following year, and then leads me to this year. So kind of came up through the ranks in Newfoundland and then moved away when I was 14 and been away ever since. Came here, it was kind of a good option for me. I have an aunt that lives in Victoria, so it kind of worked out that way that I could make everything work, you know, guardianship-wise and whatever.
His agent was really strong in wanting him to play in the BCHL, and keeping his NCAA rights available. He's going to Boston College in a couple years. He's on the draft watch for the first round for 219. And he's just a great student of the game.
Jackson Alexander is another young player to watch. Selected in the first round of the 2016 WHL Bantam Draft by Swift Current, he's also opted to play in the BCHL to keep his scholarship eligibility.
Yeah, I just feel for myself it's probably a better route for me. There's longer time to develop and you get a great education out of it. And yeah, just a couple more years to play, and I think it's a lot better route this day for me. So.
We mentioned the veteran core, and helping to steer the course and provide a solid role model to the young rookies is Victoria native Marty Westhaver.
All our older guys, we all know that we have 2 young 16-year-olds on our team that are still in grade 11 at high school, and we have to show them that hockey's fun and you can goof around, but you got to be able to show up to the rink every day and work and focus and get ready to play a game. And it's a job which is the best job there is.
The big thing is definitely for the team. Like we want to get going. We want to, obviously improve our record, and we want to win the Island Division, and then go on to, win as much as we can. And for me, just keep helping the team out any way I can. Keep playing the way that I know I can, and then hopefully, points will come with that, and everything will come with that.
I like what I see. If we don't get ahead of ourselves or take for granted how precious it is to win a hockey game in this league, we should have success.
With the right mix and a coach who knows how to stir the pot, this could be a very good season for the Grizzlies. And keep an eye on Newhook and Alexander, because they too could go all the way.
And again, not only just great young guns there in the form of Newhook and Alexander for the Grizzlies, but just a great statement on the quality of players, again, across all the ages here in the BCHL, and quality on the hockey indeed. Here with the gentleman, a young gun as well, off the ice, if I may say so myself. Bulldogs, Alberni Valley Bulldogs Director of Business Operations, Tali Campbell. Tali, let's start off. First off, give me your impressions on the first 40 minutes here of tonight's game.
I think it's an exciting 40 minutes, that's for sure. Both teams are in it to win it, We're only 2 points out of a spot right now against the Victoria Grizzlies with 1 game in hand. So if we can sneak away the win here tonight, we are, right tied with them with 1 game in hand. And we got them again on Sunday in our building. So I think 40 minutes of hockey, everyone's been pretty excited so far.
Absolutely. All right, so now again, you're not new to BCHL hockey yourself, having worked some other teams, including Nanaimo and Victoria as well. So what is it that sort of excites you about working with the Alberni Valley Bulldogs?
Yeah, no, I love BCHL hockey. I love junior hockey. I think junior hockey is an opportunity for these guys where they play 100% every single game, because they're not getting paid to play. They're looking for scholarships and education opportunities, and that excites me. For myself, I'm kind of the same way. I'm looking to hopefully go on one day to the WHL, maybe NHL one day. So it's very similar to what they're doing. They got goals and dreams, and so do I. And I've been lucky enough to have the opportunity to work for the Alberni Valley Bulldogs here, and it's a very tight community, that community, Port Alberni. And they love their hockey, and it's kind of the first year now that hockey's back in Port Alberni. It's been an entire changeover in the hockey operations. We hired Matt Hughes, our new general manager and head coach. We hired our assistant coach, Jeff Dubois. We hired a new athletic therapist, Scott Crema, and of course myself as the new director of business operations. So lots is happening in this small community of Port Alberni in terms of hockey.
A lot of times you can have sort of a lot of changeover in any business or operation or job. It can take some time for maybe the camaraderie or to come together. So speak a bit about how things have worked together with a lot of new staff on the team.
It's funny, we actually recently talked about this. It's like a brand new hockey team as well. You get all these new players in because many graduate and move on to universities. You got to teach them and learn skills and learn how to play with one another. We're the same way in the business side and the hockey ops side. Working together, finding out personalities, who does what, where. You're basically starting fresh. There's no old faces in the office. You're starting fresh. It's how do we do things here? What's going to happen now? So it's been a fun opportunity to do that, to be that way. I've joined other teams that have already had things in place, so you kind of walk into a structure. This structure was open. It was, this is your ball game, how are you going to run it? So, and I've had the opportunity of working for our general manager, Matt Hughes, who's fantastic. He's a younger head coach as well, who's very energetic about the game, and like him, like me, like our assistant coach, like our therapist, we're like our players looking to go on one day.
And let's speak about that whole community connection sort of idea. Again, Alberni is a community-owned team, so obviously making that connection between the people of the town and the team itself is really important. So speak I guess maybe a few ways or sort of the direction that you folks as management are taking to reestablish or maintain or strengthen that connection with Alberni, the community.
Absolutely. This is the 16th season in Alberni Valley. This is the 6th season of being community owned. And as you were talking about, Matt, that's the big part of it. The community saved this team. And it hasn't been the greatest hockey in the past couple years. A few things have lacked in terms of resources, in terms of community events, and that was my main focus when I was hired to this team was let's get back out in the community, let's have a good hockey team. Matt and Jeff take care of that side of the hockey. I take care of the community events PR. So we've done so far a good job of getting back in there. We do our Bulldogs in School program. We're 16 kids every Tuesday and Thursday. Spend 2 hours in a school helping out kids, learning, reading. We've done our Breast Cancer Awareness Month stuff. Terry Fox Run, It's all about being part of the community. It's not just about the PR in our business, about, hey guys, look, the Bulldogs are doing great things, come watch them. It's these young guys as well. Our players who, these are we're teaching them to be hockey players. We're also teaching them to be young athletes, young adults, leaders in our community. And so when they get to go out and see the impact they make on the community, whether it's Terry Fox, Bulldogs in School, whatever we're doing, it shows them that, life's a little more than just hockey. And, and that's our big focus is making sure they know that.
And of course, though, we are on, a hockey broadcast. So I want to speak a little bit about the team on the ice. Obviously, Alberni Valley, as we've mentioned earlier in the broadcast, were last in the Island Division, doing quite well so far this season. Just speak maybe to a couple of on-ice changes, whether player personnel or coaching tactics that maybe you've seen so far.
Yeah, right away we acquired Mitch Oliver from Vernon, who has been a solid defenseman. He's our assistant captain now. He brings that core leadership that we were missing last year, and a solid defenseman at that. Tyson Slater as well, who's an Island boy. We got him from Trail. He again has been a solid defenseman. We named Ryan Steele our captain this year. He's it's a second-year player for us, but again he's leading the squad, and everyone seems to be excited. Matt Hughes and Jeff Dubois are player coaches. There's nothing bad to say about those two. They understand the game, they love the game, they know the game, and they play the game too still. So I think it's been a big refreshment for all of our players who are returning. So in terms of that, we have a lot of key guys. We got 3 guys from California this year. And one of them being our top scorer now, Brandon Bergato. He's a rookie in this league, number 28, and he's, right now fitting in just well in the BCHL, and I don't think it'll be much longer till you see a commitment out of that guy. And we had our first commitment this season to Princeton University, Sammy Farron, number 2. It sucks for us. He's a rookie in our league, and he won't be here next year now, but that's what it's all about, is moving these guys on.
Perfect. All right. As they say, the tagline of the league, smart hockey. So great to hear about the commitments, great to hear about the improvements, and again, the energy. So Tali, thank you so much for your speaking with us here today.
Yes, thank you. And, we're really excited about Shaw TV doing this kind of stuff. I know our bus ride down to Victoria, the guys are really excited to have a game broadcast live. So thank you guys.
Very happy to be here and do it. So again, Tali Campbell, Director of Business Operations with the Alberni Valley Bulldogs, speaking with us today. All right, and now we're about to head back to the 1990s, a time when Dan Marshall could be seen breakdancing to CNC Music Factory for another locker room flashback.
Come, join us in the dark side of the crease.
Puck Wars, the first period. Tales from the dark side of the crease. Every game has a beginning.
Help us, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're our only hope.
I wonder if she means that old hermit, Gretzky Kenobi.
It was your old coach's blade. He wanted you to have it.
Whatever happened to my old coach?
He was killed by Darth Pylon.
Lord Pylon, I should have known it was you.
For the last time, Princess Lion's Minute, where is the Rebels' locker room?
I'll never tell you.
We'll soon see about that.
Luke Shotwalker, you must come with me and rescue the princess if you are to learn the ways of the Gorkans.
Yes.
I'm shorthanded solo. You've met my co-pilot, Goonbaka. I've got the fastest skate in the galaxy, and I can take you where you want to go. But, it's gonna cost you.
This is great. That old geezer and that kid are paying us huge. We'll finally be able to pay back that slug McCarthy the Hut. But get that price off my head.
Nikolai Abibulan.
Aren't you a little short to be a goalie trooper?
The uniform, I'm Luke Shotblocker and I'm here to rescue you. Come on, let's go.
Goody, we gotta get out of here! Goody, in there! Go now! I'm grabbing stakes, just get in there!
I sense much fear in you, young shot blocker. Obi Wayne never told you what happened to your old coach, did he?
He told me enough. He said that you killed him.
No, Luke. I was your old coach.
Luke, finish him off!
Puck Wars, the first period. Tales from the dark side of the crease. This year's biggest no-budget film, going nowhere soon.
Those dreaded goalies. You're watching BCHL Hockey Live here on Shaw TV. Here after the end of the second period. No scoring there, so our graphics folks putting up the scoring summary. Nothing to do but just enjoy a nice hot chocolate and get ready for period number 3. Do want to let you know that the Alberni Valley Bulldogs, visiting Bulldogs, out shooting the Victoria Grizzlies 17-16. So we let our officials here out onto the ice. And for the goals there in the first period, Newhook and Clark for Victoria, Tompkin Palmer for the Alberni Valley Bulldogs. Let's throw things up now to our play-by-play team. Check out some of the great saves we saw there in the second period.
A highlight reel package that features Zach Rose of the Victoria Grizzlies and also the Bulldogs and their netminder Colton Lancaster. Some excellent stops in that second 20 minutes, Kyle.
Well, we've been talking about Steele a lot in that second period, specifically the trigger man on the power play, but nobody has an answer for Rose right now. He's been fantastic for this team, and he is in large part the reason why it is 2-1 right now, because Alberni Valley has had chances. They just can't beat this guy.
There you see a solid stop off Duran from Lancaster. And this Thompson chance, one that as he made the drag move, he just couldn't quite get the ace shot away. Wonderful drag. If he could have held on to that puck, that would have been a great ace scoring opportunity.
Yeah, it would have been a highlight reel if he would have been able to deposit that one.
And there you see that second great chance, and see it again from Ryan Steele in tight, but that right pad from Zach Rose has been fantastic. Master Donato really thought he had the tying goal there.
Well, he made a great move. He went east to west to try and open him up, and he just wouldn't bite. And the positioning saves right here. I mean, it's just Rose is in the perfect spot, and he gobbles it up, no rebound.
Coaches will talk about goalies being quiet goalies, and that means not a lot of wasted movement. And for Zach Rose, that's what you've seen, not a lot of wasted movement, able to swallow up pucks. And even when he seems to be sprawling to make a save, like off Steele, like off Master Donato, he's not overreaching. He's very much in control of his game right now.
He hasn't had to make that highlight reel save. I think his defense have done a good job of clearing dangerous chances out from harm's way so far in this game, but I mean, you can't overlook the guy at the other crease. Lancaster's been outstanding as well. A goaltending duel.
In a one-shot game, a 2-1 game after 40 minutes, the goalies are the biggest story. Grizzlies early in the third period on their way up ice. A deflected puck brought in by another, but offside is the call. 17-16 shots on goal in the Bulldogs' favor. 5-on-5 hockey to open up period 3. And this has been a very cleanly played game as well.
There haven't been those glaring turnovers in the defensive zone that have led to great scoring chances. So far, I would agree with that, Dan.
Here's Clark moving down the right wing, skating behind the Bulldog net, centering for another, broken up. Bulldogs come the other way. Isaac Tonkin-Palmer over the line. Flips in front, Polisiani hoping to spring the winger on, and back the other way comes Nolan down the left wing. Inside the Bulldog line, a drop pass. Thompson, a wrist shot. He put that one high on the end zone glass. And the puck comes back out towards center ice and Rome. Rome to Alexander. Ahead for Thompson, into his feet. Some help from Marty Westhaver. Up on the right side, Rome. Over the Bulldog line, moving up. Nice pass in tight, just out of the reach of Thompson. Puck clear to the blue line, splits the defenders. And Alexander chasing back into his own end. Doucette up on the forecheck. Doucette tries to flush out Alexander, forcing him in the corner, and Alexander has to turn away. Alexander drop feed, puck off the glass, out towards center ice. Slater with a block, moves it ahead for Doucette, over the line with Selleck. Doucette chipping the puck down deep. Selleck and Durand bump together. Puck comes in front, a backhand opportunity and a rebound. Goaltender now. Doucette shoots and scores! Jackson Doucette ties this game at 2-2. Heavy work by Doucette and Selleck to tie it up.
Talk about no glaring errors in the defensive zone. Victoria just made one, and it ended up in the back of their net. Not much of a chance for Rose on that one.
Tenacious is the word to describe that forecheck, especially by Jackson Doucette. And the beauty of what he was able to do there was Alexander took the puck to the corner and thought he might have a clear path, and Doucette just wouldn't let that happen. And eventually, after some battling right by the net front, he and Selleck combined for a key goal for Alberni Valley. First goal since the late stages of the first period, and this game resets to 2-2. Pretty special goal for the Victoria Grizzlies, or the Alberni Valley Bulldogs forward rather. Jackson Doucette from Victoria, and for him that's goal number 3 on his season. Dead even at 2-2. Bulldogs sensing they've maybe got some momentum here. Steele working the end wall as the puck is cleared away to the slot, and back comes O'Malley. O'Malley for the Grizzlies. Up inside Alberni Valley territory. Being checked against the boards, and Slater takes the puck over, sends the puck out on the right side, moved ahead too far for Steele. Could be an icing call, and it will be icing called against Alberni Valley.
Just a hair on the wrong side of center ice, an icing call, but that's got to feel good for Jackson Doucette, the Victoria native, scoring and tying it up against his hometown team early in the third period. So their first goal was early in the first, second goal early in the third period.
And those early goals can be real momentum turners. They say you never want to give up a goal in the first or the last minute. And early in the first period, both teams giving up early goals, and it was almost as if after that Victoria tying goal, you can press the reset button, and now it feels like you can set that reset button again. Finson from the blue line, a wrist shot. Colton Lancaster made the save, gave up a rebound. Ryan Steele, the Bulldog captain, takes it back, passes to Slater, slips it forward. Bouncing puck into the slot, corralled by Brigado, but he can't get out. Grizzlies have it in the slot. Wrist shot from Hadley, good save. Lancaster, rebound goes all the way outside the blue line. Finson will regroup for the Grizzlies to Pears. Guns the puck in around the wall. Puck comes to Mitchell Oliver. In a puck battle here against Hops. Hops steals, looks out front. Hops tries to make a move. Gets free, has a man in front, that's Nolan. Nolan has to chase the puck to the corner. Gets it back to Pears, right point, long range shot, stick save Lancaster. Another, collects the rebound, plays in towards Clark, but a good steal by the Bulldogs. Welsh, he clears to the blue line. Delayed call coming now against Victoria, as here's Greg Lee. Rips the puck inside the Grizzlies' end. Rose will touch up, and for just the second time in this hockey game, the Alberni Valley Bulldogs go to a man advantage.
And some nights in junior hockey, you have a parade to the penalty box, and you have both benches screaming at the ref, and it's a cycle that continues and continues throughout the entire game. You got to give credit where credit is due to the linesmen, to the referees in this game, because this game has had flow. There haven't been those long stretches where it's penalty after penalty. They've let the teams play.
A 2-2 tie in the Bulldogs in the power play. Looking to go ahead for the second time in the game. Welsh at the left point. Plays across ice for Doucette, who has that tying tally. Doucette down low to Selleck. Up top to Welsh. Welsh, Selleck, low feed Doucette. Ranging to the middle. Doucette to Oliver. Oliver, wrist shot deflected high. Rebound, Selleck tries to bang it through. It goes into the feet, and Rose had to be careful as the goaltender had his leg down by the post, and the puck popped in behind the net. And now play whistle down. The Bulldogs really pressing here, and again, sensing they might have the Grizzlies in a little bit of disarray.
These boards in the Victoria end are alive in this third period. A lot of bounces hard off the end boards have had the puck kick right back into the blue ice, and I don't know if it's a designed play, but both teams have been missing the net and getting those caroms hurt here early in the third period.
A face-off win by Selleck to Welsh left point. Welsh closing, passing at the point. Oliver plays across to Doucette. Doucette for Oliver right in the middle. Oliver looks, wrist shot, Rose, the save, rebound there for Selleck. Has a man in front, he bangs away. Puck into the corner. Thompson being pinned. 4 players in the battle, 1:10 to go in the power play with Lucas Clark off the ice for roughing. The battle continues in the corner. Thompson doing a nice job shielding the puck, and he gets a whistle. And that is hard, heavy work in tight traffic by Cam Thompson.
Rugby scrum, and it was even. There were 3 apiece there trying to get the puck loose, and nobody could. And referees sometimes will let it go a long time before they blow the whistle. But you got 6 guys there, and none of them can get the puck loose. So we have a defensive zone faceoff.
Jamie Rome on the draw against Bulldog captain Ryan Steele. On the faceoff, Steele takes it half wall. Nice pass left point to Slater. Wides and shoots. Rose got a piece, trying to hang on. There was heavy traffic in front. Great concentration. You could tell the goalie couldn't catch that because of the screen, but did well to get that puck just as it hit the ice.
Both teams in this game, especially on power plays, they're doing the flyby. They have a player that's skating through the slot trying to deflect the puck into the net. It's not the first time in this game that they've done that. Simone on that one was that flyby. He was trying to redirect the puck past Rose. Victoria's been doing it too, so we'll have to wait and see if that is the ultimate decider.
Big shoulder stop there as Bergato has the puck out at center. Drops back into his own territory. Sammy Farron turned away by Friedman. Ryan Steele weaving through the middle. Over the line to Bergato. Coming in left side. Bergato slips it back to Slater, left point. Other side for Farron. Farron wrist shot right into Rose, and Simeone wanted a rebound, but we've talked about it throughout the night that Rose isn't allowing many of those.
Well, the goal he gave up here in the third period, there were a couple rebounds, and he was doing snow angels on the ice. You can't really fault him because they couldn't clear the puck. And on this one, it's just a nice job putting the puck on net. And there's just nothing there. And, you know, you got to give it to Rose. He's been terrific at eliminating those rebounds and giving the Bulldogs extra chances.
Master Donato to Welsh to Selleck. Drops back to his own blue line. The Bulldogs, Oliver surveys the situation. The pass up the middle, broken up by Finson. Finson to Pears, turned away by Doucette. Finson now looks up the ice. Long clearance. Back to 5-on-5. Clark on the ice, goes after Doucette. Still a 2-2 game, 5.5 minutes into period 3. Paul Selleck, right wing feed. Master Donato over the line with a shot. Stick save Rose, rebound there. Clear to the side wall. They keep in by Welsh. Nice pass to Oliver walking in. Wrist shot. Stopped by Rose. Rebound loose. Selleck skating to it, but the Grizzlies will take over instead. Another to Pears. Skating through center on the right. Turn back at the line. Here's a break for Master Donato. Down the left wing. Master Donato looking. Chipping deep. An interception. And the Grizzlies come back with Duran. Knocked over near his blue line. Another. Recovers the puck and drops off to Drayson Pears. Tonkin Palmer is a forechecker as Duran will lead the Victoria attack. To center. Sliding one in for Cam Thompson. Thompson beside the goal. Being pinned down below the goal line. Valence trying to keep the puck there and keep his man there as well. Still the puck loose in the traffic. Comes out to the Bulldogs. Farron, side of his goal. Farron left wing feed. A one-handed pass from Poliziani to Tonkin Palmer moving in. Slashing for the puck, he's knocked over heavily. And the Grizzlies take possession. Nolan tried to dish ahead for another. Broken up by Valent. Valent with a pass, tipped forward by Bradley Ong, and now it's back inside the Bulldog end. Sammy Farron from the corner. Deals towards the wall, a bouncing puck. Thompson looking for it, so is Westhaver. Polisiani skates to the safety of behind his goal and starts ahead. To Sammy Farron now. Farron up ahead. Puck goes down the ice, and icing is called against Alberni Valley, so they can't get a change in. 7:07 into this third period. The Bulldogs have a big goal from Jackson Doucette. This game's tied at 2.
Well, Keaton Mastrodonado, I mean, we talk about how Rose isn't giving anybody any rebounds. Well, a good way to get a rebound is to come in on your off wing, blast one off the goalie's pad. He'll kick it out into open ice. There was nobody there that time, but if both teams want to force rebounds, that's one way to do it.
The need to manufacture goals as goals get harder to come by as the BCHL season moves along. In the Bulldog end, rolling puck to the blue line. It comes outside. Somerville lobs a puck back inside Alberni Valley territory. Onto it is Farron. The clearance outside the line. Put back in by O'Malley. Sammy Farron onto the puck. To Valent at his own blue line. Valent. Poke check. Puck went free. Here's a steal now. Chuck Elias moves in but couldn't get a shot. Lee stick handling. Loses to Friedman. Grizzlies come back. O'Malley leads the way over the line to Newhook. Newhook cutting in. Puts it to the net. A deflection just wide by O'Malley. And Caden Krause tries to bring the Bulldogs back to center. Krause and Lee in neutral ice. Oliver now to Welsh on the left side. Dumps the puck in. Wide of goaltender Rose. Greg Lee giving chase. Pushing and shoving on the sidewall. Lee is knocked down. Chuck Elias in there too to help out as the puck comes to the blue line. Oliver, he recovered the puck, but he couldn't keep it inside the blue line. Welsh from the left. Loops the puck in behind Drayson Pears. On rushing after the puck was Bergato, but he and Pears collided. Bergato took the worst of that one. And a hand pass when they'll stop the play. And Brandon Bergato came in to try and knock Pears off the puck, and Pears just shouldered him with a lot of force, and Bergato, you can tell, is feeling that as he's laboring around at center ice.
A shoulder, a forearm, it was something in that area, and yeah, he went down pretty hard. But I mean, this is Alberni. This is what they do. They get in your face, they'll hit you, and they'll go flat sometimes. But you know, it's been a great road effort, and Victoria, they've had a lot of opportunity as well. It's going to be a great finish.
Bergato takes another check from Pears by his own bench. Grizzlies in control with Slater at center on the left. He's bodied by Clark. Bulldogs get the puck in, steal to Simeone on the left side. Simeone plays towards the goal. Knocked away by Clark for another. Another sifts the puck out towards center ice. Slater chips it forward. Simeone decked by Nolan. Huge collision as well as Bergato collides with Vincent. Bulldogs get the puck in front, and Slater couldn't quite get the one-timer. Now Farron with a drive, and that misses the goal. Physical play ramping up as Slater's shot is sticked aside by Zach Rose. Ryan Nolan sends the puck back towards the line. Slater fanned on it, dumps down deep. Mastrodonado is chasing. Another with a backhander out towards center ice. Grizzlies want to get a change in. Bulldogs bring the puck back over the line. Slater on the left side. Mastrodonado to the front. A shot stopped. Rebound is chipped high by Mastrodonado. And a chance for Hops to move the Grizzlies back to center. A feed across, and here's Hadley over the line. Hadley, poke check, moved by Slater as he dove down to make the block. Slater then hoists it out towards center ice. And Duran will put it across ice to Jackson Alexander. Inside the Bulldog blue line. Lost possession to Farron. Farron spins beside the goal. Forced off to the side wall. The puck is dumped down deep, and Hadley will track down Slater, who's been out there for a long shift. Hadley left corner. Leaves down deep for Hops. Hops and Gainey. Working against the Bulldog defenders, Farron and Slater. The puck's in there, skates down low. Hops moves it to Hadley, half wall. Left point feed, now on the right, Duran. Duran makes a nice move, walking in on goal. Duran shoots, and that was kept out. Low shot, and he couldn't find the hole. And the Bulldogs able to clear, and Slater, desperate for a line change, will get it in now. More than halfway through the third period, even at 2 here at the Q Center. Grizzlies coming forward, Duran up over the Bulldog line, but an offside play is called. That had to be over a minute shift for Tyson Slater.
Well, he tried to get off, and then the puck came back into the offensive zone, and he couldn't do it. And we just about saw Matthew Doran give Victoria the lead, and he's from Port Alberni. The guy who tied the game for the Bulldogs, he's from Victoria. So it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds, because you got guys who are scoring on their hometown teams. Great chance by Doran right there, and I think the coaching staff for the Bulldogs right now is telling them to limit their shifts, because that one by Slater way too long.
There you see Zach Rose giving up a bit of a rebound on the Oliver shot. Selleck was right there, but the puck just eluded his grasp.
And just both goaltenders have been terrific positionally in this game. They haven't been caught out of position. They're gobbling up pucks, not giving up rebounds, because they're in the proper position and they're stopping it with their body and absorbing it. And that's why there's hasn't been that many rebounds either way tonight.
Mitchell Oliver, one of the guys in that last highlight package, moving out for the Victoria Grizzlies, for the Alberni Valley Bulldogs for a blue line shift here. Isaac Tonkin Palmer set to take a face-off against Jamie Rome. Tonkin, Palmer, and Doucette, the Alberni Valley goals for Victoria. Clark and Newhook. And the only goal since the first period, the Doucette marker here in the third. Berger with a pass forward to Westhaver, failing to get out against Polisiani. Westhaver will try again. Westhaver drops the puck off. Carter Berger to his blue line. Spins it off the glass. Too far for Thompson. Welsh goes back for Alberni Valley to Oliver. Oliver pinned deep in below the goal line. Welsh coming in to help out. Battle in skates. Puck comes loose, and the Grizzlies try and recover. They will. At the line, Berger looks for a lane, took a wrist shot, hit traffic on the way through. Ong will send forward Polisiani at center. Nice move. Ong has to follow on. They get the puck inside the Grizzlies' blue line, but Victoria will take over. Berger on to it. Drops it off. Somerville up the middle. Over the red line. Hoists the puck in. Lancaster out to stop it. Lays it around the wall. Friedman tried to hold it in, unable to do that, as Drayson Pears is back. Chuck Elias ran into the referee trying to get through on that forecheck. Now TJ Friedman will bring the Victoria attack forward down the right side with speed. Centering pass deflects down the other way. Foot race for a loose puck. The goalie comes out. Rose, long feet ahead. And this might catch Alberni Valley. But a good job in the slot to steal by Valent. Trying to clear. Chuck Elias will out towards center. Big collision there with Kraus and Pears, and in goes Lee after Finson. They wrap each other up, and Drayson Pears takes the puck back. 2-2, a 7:50 to go in the third. Grizzlies coming up ice. The pass to an open wing is picked off by Sammy Farron. Chuck Elias down the right side in with Caden Kraus. Chuck Elias wrist shot blocked. Grizzlies will bring the puck up the center, led by Nolan with speed down the right side. Getting by Valent. Nolan deep into the corner. Centering pass didn't get through. He's got the puck back. Puts it in front again. Duran with a shot. He just missed on the glove side. And back comes Bergato. Bergato shovels the puck towards the Victoria blue line. Off Duran's stick, and Bergato comes flying in after Duran. Duran down the right side. Puts the puck wide of Lancaster's goal. Another pinching in, but Oliver moves the puck to the blue line. A momentary keep in. Ryan Steele fighting for possession at center. Alexander will lob the puck back down beside Lancaster. Welsh in behind his own net for Alberni Valley. Passing off to Oliver. Now coming ahead, Steele. Steele for Bergato. Chipping for the puck. It goes towards Nolan. Nolan right in front of his bench. Ahead for another. Shovels one to Clark. Coming through center. Following on Nolan, over the line right side, wrist shot goes high and wide, bouncing puck for Oliver, turns at the side of his net, puts the puck to the boards to the left side of his goaltender. Duran the defender, pinching down deep. Strong forecheck shift for Victoria right now, but is taken back by Connor Welsh and behind his net. Welsh has an open man, Simeone at center. Simeone over the red line, puts the puck in wide of the net. Bulldogs want to change. Jackson Alexander is back in behind his goal. Making moves, Hadley. Hadley on the right to Hops. Hops over the line, moving in. Slater trying to stay with him. Gainey, right wing corner. Gainey and Hops advancing behind the Alberni Valley goal. Hadley chasing to the corner. Nice move by Farron to get away from him, though, as Farron takes a bump from Gainey. Farron continues to try and get the puck beside the goal, but the Grizzlies do it. Comes out to Berger, top of the right circle. Berger passes, and the puck is dumped down low by Hadley. It rides the dasher behind the Alberni Valley net. Jackson Doucette collects, puts it to the boards. Alexander with a steal. Gets the puck down deep. Alexander again, working behind the net. Coming out front, puts it back behind the goal. Making a move from there was Hops. Farron's back to try and intercede and does. And Jackson Doucette finally gets some room. A pass out to center on the right. Over the line, Master Donato moving in. Into the slot for Jackson Doucette with a shot. Great save, Rose, and the rebound goes to the side for Gainey. Gainey brings Victoria back to center. Gainey at his blue line, being checked by Selleck. Berger takes control. Berger up over the Bulldog line, moving in with Rome. Berger with a shot. It ramps high and goes off a stick. What an Alberni Valley chance. Doucette looking for a second of the period, but he couldn't beat Rose.
Both teams are being very careful in their own zone. Getting the puck out, we're going to see the save now. Just a chance for Doucette to get his second of the game, and again, why'd that one stay out? Because Rose has been doing what he's done all game. Square to the shooter, challenges him, and he makes the save look easy again.
5 minutes even to go in period 3 and a 2-2 time. Somerville behind his own net for the Grizzlies. To his blue line. Lost possession at center. Gets some help from Cam Thompson. Thompson checked back. Westhaver loses to Tonkin Palmer. Oliver now. Oliver up ahead, his pass broken up. Rome couldn't get to center. Westhaver deals back to the defenseman Carter Berger. Berger at center on the right. Clears inside the Alberni Valley end. Valent skating after it. Rome goes to him. Valent below the goal line. Trying to move the puck away. Goes into traffic. A scrum beside the Bulldog net. The puck might get frozen there. I think that's what the Grizzlies want, but the Bulldogs able to pry it out. And now they'll come towards center, led by Ong on the right wing. Ong hoists the puck in. Bulldogs will head off for a change, and the Grizzlies will do likewise. Pairs to Westhaver through center. Pass on the left wing, misses Newhook. Shoveled back out by the Bulldogs, and it bounds down for Pairs in front of his own net. Almost gave it up to Kraus. Kraus working for the puck on the right side, gets it to the blue line. Farron with a keep in. And the puck chopped back down the other way on towards Lancaster. Hit the frame of the net, but an icing call comes. 3:46 left, and Kyle, if you're the road team here, you change your strategy a bit to be more cautious and at least get the 1 point on the road.
The Bulldogs have been more cautious, especially in their own zone. They're trying not to make that big mistake, but unfortunately for them, it's taken that split second longer to make the decision, and it's allowing Victoria's forecheck to get in quicker on them now. It's led to some sustained pressure by Victoria.
Mitchell Oliver passes the puck off to Steele. Down low for Lee. Lee behind the net. Getting some help down deep from Kraus. Steele out there with them. Steele's had some great chances today, so he gets a bit of a double duty shift here as play is whistled down. The standings are 14 points for Victoria and 12 for Alberni Valley. So if this game goes into OT, the Bulldogs cannot tie Victoria for second place, but really standings don't mean as much this early in the season, although I do think it's still a talking point.
Well, and they've played a very good game, and it's tough to come into Victoria and get 2 points. You'll take them any way you can get them. But Victoria, they've had the bulk of the scoring chances in the third period, but this one looks like it might have overtime written all over it.
Here's a deflection right in front by Kraus. Just about giving the Bulldogs a 3-2 tally there. Just over 3 minutes to go as Caden Kraus puts it back to the line to Oliver. Oliver plays it cross ice. Lee took a shot into the glove of Zach Rose, and he hangs on to that. This is only game 5 on home ice for the Victoria Grizzlies. They're 3-1 in this building, so a lot of road games off the start. And the reason is because the Victoria Shamrocks of the Western Lacrosse Association are perennially in contention for a Mann Cup championship, which was held in the West this year. They didn't host it, but when the schedule gets drawn up, Victoria in the month of September never has any home games until the very end.
Well, most coaches I've talked to like that. They like to go out on the road early in the season because it forces the players to be together, it forces them to bond, it forces them to learn about each other. Whereas if you're home for the first stretch of the season, you can do your own thing with your established friends, people you've known for a long time. So it's actually a good thing to get out on the road early, if you ask most coaches.
I think Craig Didmon would say the exact same thing about that situation. Another dumps inside the Alberni Valley zone. Nolan right corner. Help from Lucas Clark. Clark around the net. Another's in front. Clark tries to shake Oliver and can't. Bulldogs come forward. Mastrodonato dumps the puck in, takes a solid jolt from Nolan. Rose stops it up behind his goal. Down to 2:40 remaining in the third. Grizzlies come to center. Lucas Clark leads the way. Clark over the line. Looking to the middle, a centering feed. Nolan tracks it down, dumps back down low to Clark. Clark coming up beyond the circle. Right side feed, Durant. Holds the puck in, wrists it down in behind the net. Sammy Farron chips the puck across ice. Jackson Doucette has it. Doucette a goal in this period and a great chance on Rose just a few minutes ago. Bouncing puck towards Rose. Now Jackson Alexander is back to play it. Lead feed, Westhaver. Westhaver near his blue line. Turned back by Simeone. Steals the puck. Simeone to the right corner. Beaten to it by Duran. Simeone keeps working though. Steele in forechecking. Alexander falls down as the puck comes up the wall. Taken back by Victoria's Westhaver. Now to Jamie Rome. Up over the Alberni Valley blue line. Offside play though with 1:49 on the clock in a 2-2 game. And Kyle, essentially now we are in overtime.
We are in overtime, but if there's a goal in the next 1:49, one of these two teams is going home with nothing. So you can expect, I think, both teams to be playing for overtime at this point. It's a divisional game. I think when you're talking about teams from the island playing against interior or lower mainland teams, they might go for it a little more, but these are important points up for grabs in the division here tonight.
1:35 left on the clock here. Bulldogs in possession. Can't clear their own zone though on the first try. Mitchell Oliver goes across ice to Connor Welsh. Welsh over center, dumps inside the Victoria zone. Somerville to it, chips around for Jamie Rome. Hoists the puck down towards center ice. Connor Welsh backing up with it for the Bulldogs. Cross ice to Oliver. Very deliberate pace right now. As the Bulldogs come forward, a pass on the right side. Ryan Steele makes a move. Comes over the line for Brigado in the slot. Now to Simeone moving in. Took a shot, stopped by Rose. Rebound, and he stopped that too as Brigado went right to the net front. Berger skating well for the Grizzlies. Tried to feed ahead for Newhook, but he follows the play on himself. Berger in the corner. O'Malley there. Newhook as well for the Grizzlies. Simeone clears the puck out and down towards center ice. Drayson pairs on to it. Up to TJ Friedman. Up over the Alberni Valley line. Friedman moves in a wrist shot. Lancaster made the save and he hangs on to it. That one looked like it might leak through, but Lancaster really squeezing his pads together.
Well, Friedman's from the Show Me State, Missouri, and he just about showed Lancaster a little something. I mean, 31 seconds left in this game. I mean, both teams, they look really conservative at this point. And we'll see this save right here and a shot. And one of the rare times where Rose gives up a rebound and it doesn't come back to haunt him on that particular scenario.
Here's a lead pass for Caden Krause to the Grizzlies line. Offside would have been called. Friedman's back on it. TJ Friedman moves the puck back. Finson to Nother. Tips it to center. Comes over the Alberni Valley blue line. Friedman in tow. Puck clear to the wall for Valent and the Bulldogs. Coming back the other way. Down the left side, Valent. Hit and knocked over by TJ Friedman. Puck to the boards. Ong takes a check there from Finson. Their battle continues, and we are headed for overtime. Both teams get a point in this hockey game here today. And Kyle, to me, that seems fitting based on the way these two teams have gone back and forth, based on the way these teams have played, and the way the goaltenders, who have been a big story, have played in this contest as well.
This doesn't feel like an October game. This feels more like a February game. It's had that kind of a playoff feel where, you know, I don't think it's been nearly as physical as, say, a playoff game would be, but both teams have been after each other the whole game. It's been very competitive, and here we're going to see some more saves. And you know, the goaltenders have definitely been a story here in this game, and you'll notice a theme on these saves. There aren't many rebounds popping out.
Zach Rose, the busier of the two. The shots 27-22 in favor of the Bulldogs. And they get the big goal in the third period from Jackson Doucette to force us into OT. But maybe that chance there was the better of the two chances for Doucette, but just more robbery from goaltender Zach Rose.
Yeah, that was a nice save. And The forgotten man, I think, sitting at the other crease, and it's Lancaster, because he's been very good tonight too. I mean, you look at he's only been scored on twice. He's made 20 saves. He's been solid when he's had to be, but you know, Rose has obviously been the busier of the two goaltenders, as you mentioned, and both goaltenders have been fabulous. And I think, you know, if this were a playoff game, it might go a couple. It might go a couple rounds, a couple periods, maybe 3, 4. You know, heaven forbid you go 5 like Everett did with Victoria
4 on 4 and 3 on
last year.
3 changes it a little bit, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and the guy that won that game between Victoria and Everett is now playing in the BCHL up in Nanaimo, Cal Babbage.
Yeah, that was. I looked at that. I was like, 8 periods? You kidding me? I mean, obviously this isn't going to be anything like that, but it's got that feel, though. It feels like if this were a playoff game, it would potentially go a very long time.
In overtime this year, the Victoria Grizzlies are 2-0, and the Bulldogs are 2-1-1. So the 5th OT game for Alberni Valley already. And lots more pressure will now mount on the goaltenders. Lancaster down to the left in red, and Zach Rose down to the right in white. 2-2 in 4-on-4 overtime here at the Q Center. Possession is critical, and the Bulldogs have it now with Mitchell Oliver. Oliver comes up the ice, a pass on the left wing, Ryan Steele with Bergato. Steele weaving towards the Victoria line and over it, dropping to Oliver. Left point pass, Welsh moving in, looking for a tip. The puck goes into traffic, bounces into the corner. A high scoop near the wall, and the Grizzlies come to our center, led by Jamie Rome. Rome right side over the blue line. Pulls up, dumps down low, just out of the reach of Clark. Oliver will lead the Bulldogs back. 3 wide, they come to center. Led by Steele over the line with Oliver. A cross-ice pass deflecting towards Welsh. Welsh beside the net, tried to put it out front for Steele. Grizzlies clear, not out though. Dane Finson corrals. He'll stand behind his net. Both teams making personnel changes here in overtime. We've played now 1 minute. Finson continues to wait behind the net. Poliziani guards the front. A pass out to Alex Newhook. He defers to Westhaver. Down the left wing. Over the Alberni Valley line. Slater knocks the puck to the wall. Poliziani chips it back. Farron trying to move it out. Poliziani spots Tyson Slater at center. Up to Tonkin Palmer. Down the left wing. Dropping to Slater with a shot right into Zach Rose. And he'll hang on to it. This sets up a great return engagement, Kyle, on Sunday in Alberni Valley. The 2 o'clock matinee. These two teams don't have to wait long for the next matchup.
They don't, and you know what? I know they're division rivals, but there hasn't really been a whole lot of conferences between whistles in this game. Both teams have been playing whistle to whistle, and you can probably expect as we get later on in the season, those little meetings will get longer and longer.
Good tempo, though. A guy with tempo. Newhook is over the line, passing to Friedman, walks in, a shot, Lancaster stop, the rebound just misses. What a chance for Friedman there as Lancaster held the fort. Bulldogs get the puck. Jackson Doucette down the right side. Over the Grizzlies blue line. Nice pass to Oliver walking in. Oliver in on goal. Lost possession. Alexander tried to pass ahead for Friedman, but he has to turn back. Friedman just had a couple of great chances in tight on Colton Lancaster, but we're still going. Up the ice, Duran comes over the Bulldog line, right in on goal. Duran, a weak backhander into Lancaster, and he's going to trap that, holding on to stop the play. And Colton Lancaster has something to play for here. 0-5 on the season, looking for that first win.
Well, you never know the way Lancaster's played in this game. I mean, there's a big save, and there's another one. And the goaltending's been terrific in this game. You can't say enough about both of these guys.
What timely saves Lancaster just made there with Friedman looking for the game-winning goal. Puck inside the Alberni Valley zone. Pears forces it down deep. Simeone behind his net, being checked by Pears. Lucas Clark digging for the puck, trying to win control, and he does. Clark out near the point to Finson. Finson looking for traffic, wrists it down low off the stick of Jamie Rome. Rome on the right side, wheeling towards the middle. Jamie Rome now on the left. Puts one to the goal, reaching for it, Pears. Back to Rome, left circle, wrist shot deflection behind the net. A good pressure shift here for the Grizzlies. Finson pinching down, moves the puck towards the corner. Dane Finson gets it back to the wall for Clark. Lucas Clark in deep. The Victoria captain hit hard by Valent. The puck's in their skates. Caden Krause comes in, muscling his way forward for Alberni Valley. Gets to center, over the red line. Spins back. Krause to first to Simeone. 1-on-4, but he's still going through. Simeone in tight, but he couldn't get a shot. And Drayson Pears passes the other way for Newhook. Newhook over the Alberni Valley line, trying to get through the defense. Drayson Pears follows. Puck is cleared aside. Caden Krause coming through the middle. Right side over the Victoria line. Krause lost the puck to the defender back, Somerville. Krause wants to turn for the bench. 1:43 left in overtime. 2-2 tie in the 4-on-4. 3-on-3 to come if there's no winner in the next 138. Newhook's pass broken up by Ryan Steele. Steele at center. Over the red line. Over the blue line. Going to the net, Master Donato. A drop pass off to Oliver. A wrist shot. He missed the goal. And the puck comes to the right side for Welsh. Welsh looking across ice. A centering pass. They score! Mitchell Oliver. An overtime winner for the Bulldogs. 3-2 at 3:38 of 4-on-4 OT.
Great decision by Oliver because he pinches in, he sees some open ice, he sees that his teammate has some time to make a decision, and just a beautiful pass and a better finish by Oliver, and a well-deserved victory by the Bulldogs.
Connor Welsh head up against the right side wall, and Oliver from his defensive position going right to the net front, and he roofed that on the glove side of Zach Rose. What a perfect shot for the game winner.
And he used Rose's momentum against him. Rose was going one way, Oliver went back the other way. No chance for the goaltender on that one. And you know, Victoria, they get a point. Disappointed they didn't get that bonus point, but you know, this was a great road victory for Alberni Valley, because we mentioned earlier in this game they'd only had one road victory this season, and it was a gutty effort, and this is the kind of effort that I think Alberni Valley fans have grown accustomed to already this year.
Lucas Clark talking to the officials, and I think there was some thought from the Victoria side that maybe there was an offside on that goal. There was a conference about it, and the Grizzlies didn't want to leave the ice. The Bulldogs couldn't wait to get off the ice after that winning goal by Oliver. But there's still some frustration on that Victoria side about why Welsh was able to get in, and then the unguarded Oliver was able to pinch in to combine for that tally. And what a big divisional win this is, as the Bulldogs move up to 14 points at 6-5-1-1. And the Grizzlies, they're at 15 points at 7-6-0-1, their first OT loss of the season. And again, these two teams will play on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, as the season series is now even at one game apiece. We'll get a chance to look back from the beginning of this game at the 5 goals, including some early goals here, Kyle.
Well, Ong made this play happen because he got out of the pinch by the defenseman, and then it's finished off. And then, you know, you see the change direction a little bit, and obviously got past Rose, and then this is just a nice play on a 2-on-2. Nolan throws it across, Clark taps it in, and then Blinken, you missed it, carbon copy. The next goal is just going to be, well, here's that one again, but the next one's going to be Newhook's goal, where the puck's thrown the other way across the crease, and then Newhook puts that one in. So
great look at it there.
Yeah, that's the one, and yeah, Newhook, beautiful finish on that one.
And you can see here how Nuther looks back to the point man first and just looks off the defense and makes that perfect pass.
And then we have the winning goal coming up right away here. I mean, it was just like Welsh throws it over, and you know, what a finish. What can you say about that finish? Just no chance at all for Rose on that one.
Let's head down to ice level for one final time now. We're going to join Matt Carter.
Thank you very, very much, Dan and Kyle. Yes, a 3-2 overtime win there for the Alberni Valley Bulldogs. Mitchell Oliver with the winning goal, also named third star of tonight's game. Jackson Doucette from the Bulldogs named the second star, and Alex Newhook from Victoria named the game's #1 star. Again, a big shout out to the Alberni Valley goaltender Colton Lancaster, earning his first win of the season for the Bulldogs. Zach Rose taking the overtime loss for Victoria, but an outstanding performance from the Victoria goalkeeper. Final shots there, Alberni Valley outshooting Victoria 29-23. And this about wraps up our broadcast here of the game. We want to let you know that our next live BCHL broadcast on Shaw TV is another Island Division matchup on Wednesday, November the 29th, as the Cowichan Valley Capitals visit the Nanaimo Clippers at Frank Crane Arena. Game time for that is 7 p.m., and we definitely would like to either have you at the game or join us here on Shaw TV for the live broadcast. Sit around with your friends, family, or fellow hockey fans. And of course, today a lot of shots going out to Gord Downey, we're remembering today, and of course the great lyric from there. We all squeezed the stick and we all pulled the trigger, and all we remember is sitting beside you. To those sitting beside each other, your friends watching the game, thank you so much for watching. Our final score again at the Q Center here in Victoria: Alberni Valley 3, Victoria Grizzlies 2. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support of the BC Hockey League. Have a great night.